Ladies and gentlemen, I just had a video I was doing, a live stream about Patreon and whether or not it's safe. And you'd have to do that. You'd have to actually watch that video. And right as I was just beginning to get into the mood of things, the video, the internet in the Philippines cut out. Just cut out. And now I'm looking at the board, and I don't even know that I'm live. I don't see anybody coming on. Ah, Samuel. Okay. Just as I was just starting to warm up with the people on the internet live stream, the internet cut out. Every day here in the Philippines, the internet cuts out. So what is the real, hello, Canny. What is the real cost of internet in the Philippines? The real cost of internet in the Philippines is too much because the internet service just plain and simple sucks. It's 1,300 pesos a month or $26 for the worst fucking service I ever had in my life. I have never had such bad service. At least 2, 3, sometimes 4, 5, 6, and 7 times a day, the internet in the Philippines cuts out. But I'll tell you what it costs anyway. If you buy an internet provider called Smart, if you buy an internet service called Smart, it's about the same thing. Say $25 a month, just because $25 is a nice round. But that's a dish. And anytime it rains, you lose internet service. Anytime there's a storm, you lose internet service. So if you buy Globe, which is a wire provider, now Smart might have wires, but they don't have them in our area. So if you buy Globe, it's $25 a month too. But the internet just sucks. Doesn't matter. So it goes off 5, 6, 7 times a day sometimes. So does the electric. So when the electric goes off, the internet goes off. But if, let's say, your internet is off for 5 days, you want to know what these fucking people here that run these internet services in the Philippines do? First of all, they make you call up a number. And then you get an operator, and you tell them what the problem is, and they say, well, we have to bring this up to the next level manager. So you go to the next level manager, and you explain the same shit to the person that you just explained, and she goes, that's a different department. Now you're on the phone for an hour. You get to the right department, and they say, well, we can't give you credit until the bill has been processed. So record the dates that you didn't get internet, and then till the dates that it came back on, and the problem dates, and then record those dates, put them on a piece of paper, and then call back after the bill has been processed, and we'll give you credit. And then when you do that, you call them up after the bill rolls over, and you call them up, you tell them that you didn't have internet for 7 days. We didn't have internet for 7 days once. Okay, we didn't have internet for 7 days. They knew we didn't have internet for 7 days. The manager said, yes, the internet's out in your area for 7 days. This is the 7 days. I agree. It's in the notes. I call back after the bill rolls out. It's not deleted. I have to call them back. I give them the days. They said, yes, sir, we'll take it off this month's bill. And the next month, I get billed for the same amount of money, 1,300 pesos, $25. Why? Because they didn't take it off. So now you got to call them back again. And that went on for 2 months. And finally, on the 3rd month, they took off the $6.50. So I have 4 hours of phone calls to argue with these fucking idiots that run Globe internet service. 4 fucking hours to get $6.50 back when they should have just gave me back my money the day I called up, because the service was out. When I got the service back on after 7 days, that's when I called back up. I had no phone, no cable. They knew it was out for 7 fucking days. So they fucked me around for the whole, for that month I waited. The next month I called back. They said they took it off the bill. The next month I see it back on the fucking bill. I got to call the motherfuckers back again. And then the next month they took off the $6.50, prorated it back to these motherfuckers. Internet service is too much money. And phone service is even fucking worse. Because now you're on the phone. You're on the phone. You got a Globe service. You can call a Globe. You can call a Globe cell phone for free. Any cell phone in the Philippines. So I have a Globe landline here. I can call a Globe cell phone anywhere in the Philippines. But if I call Smart, it costs me $1 a minute to call Smart, which I don't do. I can't text. You can't, and the motherfuckers. Here's what they do. These motherfuckers. They won't. Thank you, Scott. I understand. It's not my fault. So it's not your fault. That's for sure. So so you're on the phone to a Globe cell phone number. Daisy's mother has a Globe cell phone number. It lasts 12 minutes, 14 minutes. The call starts to degrade, and at the 15-minute mark, it just shuts off. So they won't let you talk for more than 15 minutes. Now, you would think that you could call them back right away. No, you got to wait 5 to 10 minutes to call back the same number or any other number. So once you use the phone for 15 fucking minutes to call Globe to Globe, it shuts off, and then you got to wait 5 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes before another call will go through. It will ring, but it will tell you that the number that you have called is offline or temporarily out of order. Please call back again. Shit like that. Some bullshit fucking recording in a melodrama fucking voice like they give a fuck. I give a fuck that you're not getting through, so they give you a nice... You know what? How about a little fucking service over here? How about a little fucking service over here? That's what you really... But the problem is, most of the guys that answer the phone, if you told them, how about a little service over here, they would say, you know, we have your address. May I stop by this evening to service you? That's the fucking problem with the people in the Philippines. The internet. I actually told some fucking guy that, and he didn't ask me if he could come by, but he said, you know, I live in Bohol. If you want to talk to me after work, get the fuck out of here. I'm not interested in talking to you after fucking work. But he was basically trying to pick me up. Because I said, how about just coming here and servicing me? And he thought it was a good idea. Go figure. You got to be careful who you tell. Like a lot of times somebody will say to me, is that your girlfriend, when I'm walking down the block with Daisy? And I'll say, no, I'm a ladyboy. And they'll go, oh, really? Really? Like that. And I'm going, what the fuck? Do I look like a fucking ladyboy to you? Do I really look like a fucking ladyboy to you? But they don't know, because there's so many guys that look like me during the day, and I guess they get dressed up with pumps and fucking perfume at night. So you got to be careful. Like I walk into a store. Now a woman will have a nice pair of pumps on, right? I like pumps. I'm like the rest of everybody. Most men, they like the way a woman looks in pumps, especially if they got them nice gams going for them. So I would say to the woman, I'm with Daisy too. I say to the woman, you know, I got a pair of pumps just like that, size 13. They fit me perfect. Maybe me and you could go out and dance one night. And the girl will look, oh really? Are they comfortable? You know, that they really think I'm a ladyboy. You got to be careful who you say that shit to in the Philippines, because they'll fucking take you serious. Because there's so many fucking foreigners that come to this country and dress up as ladyboys and other weird ass shit at night. You know, they just think it's perfectly normal. They just, you know, I could understand my uncle was gay. Okay, made no bones about it. He was gay, but at least you knew where he was. He was gay. But these ladyboys, you don't know whether they want to pitch or they want to catch. You don't know who they've been with. You don't know, what's on their mind. That's a psychosis. They can't even admit that they're a gay guy in a man's body. I don't have problems with the gays, but the ones that are men, and you could see the hammer, and you could see the Komasikama. You're talking to them, you're looking at the Komasikama, and you say, you're a good, I go, when I see them, I go, guapo. And they go, oh no, I'm a ladyboy. And I'm going, you look like a man. No, I'm a ladyboy. But they're men. But I'm a ladyboy. And I fuck with them all the time. It's just jokingly, but you got to be careful in the Philippines. And so anyway, that guy that was gay, apparently he lived in Lona Beach. And that's where there's a lot of ladyboys in Lona Beach. So If you have a propensity to be with guys that think they're girls so that they can bang you in the buttocks, they're pitching. Maybe I have yet to ask if you're a lady boy, do you pitch or do you catch? I have yet to. I have to get my head around the psychosis of talking to one of them. Number one, for more than how you doing. Then I have to get my head around. I should do. And then people say, well, you should do an interview, and I really should, but it's a perversion. Okay, I don't get involved with perverted shit. To me, it's a perversion of humanity. If it, gay, I grew up with so many gay people, it doesn't bother me. But when a man with a komosikiyama the size of fucking Donald Duck is talking to you and telling, I'm a lady boy, I got a mental block to that shit. I lose consciousness. I have to go away. I'm not afraid of being a lady boy. I'm not gay. I'm not afraid of the lady boy attacking me. I'm just mentally, it jams me up. So let me go through the comments because that's the kind of guy I am. Yeah, Scott. YouTube is not ringing. The people that click the bell to get my notifications, Scott's making a note of this. Sometimes YouTube sends the notification an hour, 2 hours, a day, 2 days after I load the video.
I'm back.
She's back. What did you do? What have you been doing for the last half hour? Just tell them what you've done for the last half hour.
Just watch my clothes.
And you prepare?
What?
The fruit? What's the name of that fruit?
Boongon.
Go ahead, tell them.
Boongon. Pomelo.
Boongon. You think Visay is easy? ¿Cómo está, gal? ¿Cómo está, gal? It means, how are you, cousin? I just learned that this week. ¿Cómo está, gal? Look at the size of this fruit. This is a fruit. It looks like a small, like a small dodgeball, but it's really a fruit. And when you open this fruit up, I don't think the ball inside is, well, let's just put it like that. 60% of this fruit is the skin, and about 40% is the fruit. And it's similar in texture to a grapefruit. And how many pesos was this?
10.
10 pesos each when they're in season.
Sometimes they sell for 90 per kilo sometimes. But in Tagbilaran, they sell 10 pesos each.
90 pesos per kilo. 90 pesos per kilo?
Yeah,
this thing weighs that would be 50 pesos for this.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so you got to buy them by the piece. It tastes similar to a grapefruit, but it's not, you're never going to get a sweet one, but the texture's the same. I like these. And Daisy bought how many last time? 4. She bought opat, 4. So this is one of my favorite fruits. And so, but I'm learning Visaya. What was the other thing I learned? Como está gal and what?
Asaka padulong.
Asaka padalongao. Asaka padalongao. Where are you going, cousin? And when you say something simple like that, you put 5 words together and everybody on the block, you say it to one end of the block, and but 2 days passes by, and you walk down the block, and they're all saying, Asaka padalongao. And then you tell them, gulay. I'm going to get gulay, vegetables. Asaka padalongao. Gulay. Oh, Palihog, bring back some itlogs for me. They want free eggs because I'm going to get vegetables. They want me to bring them back some itlogs, eggs. Asaka padalongao cost you eggs. There's a price to pay for all friendships in the Philippines. But anyway, thanks, Joe Blow. Welcome back. Okay, so we're going to go along with the rules that I had laid out in my previous live stream about. Okay, so I got it. I'm so far. I got so many comments here. Let's see. We have trolls already. Samuel's working. Samuel is working already. Thank you, Samuel. Wow, we got two trolls now. Carl, how you doing, buddy? How did your lunch and actually, how did your day go? Did you have a nice time? I spoke with Carl. I got up about 1 o'clock in the morning. See, this is what I mean about Patreon members. I can call anybody that has an American phone number. And Carl told me he was going out, uh, and he's moving to a location that I'm very familiar with in Florida, by the way. And I explained to him, some of the places that are good to shop and some of the places that you can purchase certain things that Carl is interested in. So that's another advantage if someone's not just moving to the Philippines, but if you want to know what it's like to live in the Florida Keys and the costs there, I can help you out with stuff like that if you're a member of my Patreon account. But for the average person, I just don't have a half hour to field every comment. I didn't get to it in the previous video. There's, with the live streams, 5,500 comments in the last 30 days. But from my videos from the last 6 years, total of 3,500 comments a month. If I just spend 30 seconds, that's 1,800 minutes a month. That's 30 hours a month just to read the comments so I can delete the bullshit. I don't have time to answer everybody's comment. And like I said in the previous live stream, if you're a member of my Patreon account, I'll help you out in any way I can. I'll field all your questions. I'll answer your questions, but in the live streams and in the comments from any videos I make in the future, especially once we start building again, I don't have time to field your questions. So leave your questions. If you see somebody else on the same page that you can ask the question to, feel free to ask them. But unless you're a member of my Patreon account, as I previously pointed out, in the most congenial way possible, I might add, I am the most amenable and congenial person that you will ever meet in your life. If you have a worldly experience, you're going to say, geez, I watched that Mike Fazio. How is Patreon worth it? How it works? Does it work? I watched the Mike Fazio Patreon video last week. Damn, that guy's even-tempered, even-keeled, congenial, amenable, pleasant to look at, pleasant to talk to, pleasant to ask questions, always looking to help the community. That's going to be what you see when you watch that video. But here, I have to tell you the rules from that previous video that I laid out in such a nice, methodical method, they apply now. So, Patreon members, long-term subscribers, ex-Patreon members, I'll field your questions. After that, unless I see something special, I'm glossing over it. I just don't have time. Plus, there's going to come a day where I'm talking and all of a sudden I run out of words. I'm going to run out of words one day. It's going to happen. I know that there's going to be a time ago. I'm going to be like Forrest Gump when he took a vow of silence and ran around the world. I'm just going to come on here and go, and then you're going to be screwed because you're going to wish I was talking. Hello, Carl. How are you? Now, Carl and I have a different experience with each other. Carl and I go back 55 years. How do you like me now? You know better than that, Warren. You know better than that. Makeup will do wonders for most people. You never know. You never know. Maybe the right makeup artist and the right pair of pumps and a nice girdle, maybe I would make a good looking lady boy, Warren. Imagine that. Come on, trolls. Samuel got something. Come on, trolls. Step up. It's game time. Let's play the is warmed up and ready to stick you. Stick you out. Goodbye. Donnie Porter. Hello, Donnie. Donnie is one of those people who promised to try to become a member of my Patreon community, but he needs a prepaid credit card. So what that means is that Donnie doesn't have credit, and I understand not having credit. I was broke and destitute at different points of my life where I had money and invested it wrongly, bought equipment that just turned to shit, and I lost the money for the investment of the equipment, bought equipment at the wrong time and couldn't sell it. So, Donnie, I wouldn't worry so much about it. But thanks for trying, at least thinking about trying. I never thought you were going to do it anyway. And why? And you may do it and surprise me, but why? Because I don't know, I would say 3 to 10 comments a month saying I'm going to become a member of your Patreon account. And then I remember those names. Donnie's been going through all my videos for the last 6 years, making a comment on each one. And a nice comment, but that just takes time away from my daily work, whatever, anything else I wish to do. So I appreciate it, but until Donnie becomes a member of my Patreon account, I'm not going to really field many of his questions. And if he does, he does, and if he doesn't, he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money to do it, I understand that. So I'm not going to knock the guy. But the point I was making is Donnie is one of the people who say, I'm going to become a member of your Patreon account. There's probably 6 or 7 people watching any one of my given live streams that have said, I'm going to become a member of your Patreon account. But you don't see those people make comments because I remember their names and they know I remember their names. So they're not going to become a member. They're not going to be asking questions over here because I'm going to reply to them, hey, when are you going to become a member of my Patreon account like you promised 9 months ago? Because I have a memory for shit like that. So all right. Jim Disbrow. He was crying. Jim Disbrow. Now, there's a man. Now, I can dish it out. And Jim Disbrow, let me tell you something. There's not a lot of stuff that backs me up when I'm on a roll. But Jim Disbrow, he backed me into a wall on the last video. I was just getting going. And what does he do? I was talking about Jim Disbrow, and he asked a question, and I don't even remember what it was. And I was going, and because of people like you, that's the reason why I want to get paid to do Patreon. I think and what does he do? He throws up a $10 super chat. And I'm going, oh, shit, man. I was just on a roll with Jim Disbrow. I'm just getting into, and well, hey, Jim, you took the wind out of my sails. You fucked me up. He really did. What am I going to do? Continue bashing the guy after he throws me a $10 super chat? And it turned out, as it turned out, the previous video, most of what I do, half in jest, whole in heart. But I was bringing out a point with Jim, and then and Jim was breaking my balls, and then he gives me a $10 super chat, and I had to tell him, you took the wind out of my sails. So I just saw a comment. Thank you, Jim. And no more super chats. If I need to abuse somebody, I need to abuse them on time and on call. I was just getting on a roll, and Jim goes, $10. Fuck you. He goes, and not only that, he tells me, wait, I'll tell you what he said. He said, fuck you. I got it saved right here. Jim Disbrow. Hey, fuck you too. Now you're $10 closer to buying a $1,000 computer. That's what he said. He was saying I don't have $1,000 for a computer. And I was bitching that if enough people donated, I'd have the fucking money. And then he throws me $10 and says, hey, fuck you. Now you're $10 closer. You gotta like a guy with a sense of humor. Okay? Because most of what I say, although I mean it, when I tell somebody I'm not going to field their questions unless they're somehow now, but forever, Jim Disbrow gets a free pass. Any question Jim Disbrow wants. Jim Disbrow sends me his fucking telephone number, puts it there on the screen. I'm going to take that telephone number down. If it's an American telephone number, I'm going to call him up and say thank you. That's what I would do. Not for the $10, but for the thought of the $10. And then on top of that, he fucked me. He fucked me proper. There's a difference between being fucked and fucked proper, you know. And Jim fucked me proper. I was right in the middle of a proper rant, and he says, hey, fuck you, here's $10 towards your computer. And the rant was, I don't have money for a computer. And I mean, you gotta like a guy with heart. You gotta like a guy who's got the balls to do shit like that. Because I could have turned around like an asshole. And, well, I'm not an asshole. I could have turned around and said, hey, take your fucking $10 and stick it up your ass. But I can't give it back to him. So that wouldn't even be fair. But if I could, I would. Just so that I can continue on the rant I started in the previous video. Because that's the kind of guy I am. All right, so let me go. All right. Jim, thank you. You really, and I mean it, Jim. If you have a telephone number, an American telephone number, or an email address, if you post that right here, tell you what, if you want to send your email address, it'll go up on here as hidden. What I'll do is I'll copy it down, and I'll send you a list of videos that I have semi-private that are not able to be seen on YouTube, and the list is very long. Most of them are Obama videos. I tell you what, because not only did you take the wind out of my sails, not only did you tell me to go fuck myself, not only did you make me laugh, not only are you man enough to do something like that, I would like to repay you by sending you a list of videos that you can't get anywhere else. These are my private stock videos about Obama and politically incorrectness. So I think for the $10 super chat and the way you fucked me up, because not a lot of people could fuck me up, certainly not verbally on YouTube, but you did it, and fuck you. Yeah, you're $10 closer, and I had nothing to say. I had to stop. And fortunately or unfortunately, the internet died right after I started talking about that. But I would have went on to say what I just said now about giving you the private list. So if you send a private, if you put it on here, it's going to remain hidden, but I will be able to see it. I'll copy down your email address, Jim Brisboe. I'll copy your email address down, and I will, right now, while we're live, I'll send you the list. And believe me, it's a very long list of Obama videos that can't be seen anywhere else. That's all I can offer you. Thanks for the laugh. Thanks for the banter, the friendly banter. Thanks for being who you are. Okay, that's all I can say. Thank you. And how I can say thank you is to send you. Thank you, Samuel. The fruit is the size of my. The way I could say thank you is by sending you that list, a very long list. I tell you what, Jim Brisboe. Okay. If you started watching the list of videos, I don't know what today is. Was Wednesday, honey?
Monday.
Monday. If you started watching the videos today, Monday, when the what?
I don't know.
Whatever. Let's just say today is Monday. If you just did it for 10 hours a day, you're not going to be done until Thursday. That's how long the list is. So for that $10 super chat, no. But for the laugh and for the fact that you fucked me on YouTube and not only that, I laughed about. Now for that, you get a list of videos that'll take you 3 solid days to watch. And the videos come with the titles and the links. They're all YouTube videos. They're all loaded to YouTube. There's no viruses or anything like that. So thanks again. Okay, Jim Brisboe has something else to say here. Jim Brisbow says he can think of a few more descriptive words. Ah, that's right, Jim. LOL. And you got a sense of humor, dude. You know, I already know, actual physically know that you're the kind of guy that I would pal around with in real life. Because just there's certain things, there's just like a certain aura about people. Okay? Thank you. Jim Brisbow, he was laughing so damn hard when I was rolling on his that I couldn't afford 1,000. I was going into how much money I paid for fuel and what the boats I had and the cars, and he goes, "Shut the fuck you! Here's $10 for your computer." And I go, "Oh, I gotta stop talking. I gotta stop talking." Okay, Jim just gave me that information. Watch what happens. I'm going to open up my mail right now, and my mail is opening up. I'm going to press send, and then I'm going to come to the folder with those 100+ videos. Okay, hold on a minute. I'm going to come to that folder. Okay, I have a lot of sent mail. I just have to find it. I'm looking for that right now. Oh boy. Okay, so let's Jim, hold on a minute. I told you I'd do it online, and I'm doing it online. Oh, let's see. Fill out the form. The 80s were good to me. Let's look up the word video. Videos for friends, private videos. Okay, let's look up private video. I have to look in the search box because I have so much sent mail. Okay, from Michael Fazio, sent. Forward from me. Okay, let's go here. There we go. We got it, Jim. I got it. I'm going to forward it to you right now. Took a few minutes to find. I apologize. I don't have the... Okay. I had to search it by keywords, and I searched it. Now I am, in fact, forwarding it to you. I pushed the forward button. I pushed the... Okay. Jim@dizbrow.com. And I tell you what I'm going to do. On top of the videos, I'm going to throw in a Dick of Doom. I'm going to throw in a high-resolution Dick of Doom. Dick of Doom. That's what I'm going to do. Not everybody gets a Dick of Doom. The original Dick of Doom. Hold on, it's got to open up. Okay, so now I need to go to my desktop. I'm going to throw in a Dick of Doom. On top of the videos, Jim gets a free Dick of Doom from Michael Fazio and in the Philippines, baby. So let's find the Dick of Doom folder and low thumbnail resolutions. Look for the Dick of Doom. The Dick of Doom folder. Yeah, I know, but I don't see it. Yeah, hold on, Jim. We're getting you a Dick of Doom. So you too. There we go. Dick of Doom file folder. Okay, so we're going to give you a Dick of Doom file folder so that you don't go away empty-handed. I'm like Monty Hall today. Let's see. We're going to give you an Obama 3.25 megabyte Dick of Doom poster, complete with the skull and bones on the $1 bill, Jim. Thank you for your audience participation. That's right. No joke. As it loads, as it loads, Jim Disbrow fucked Michael Fazio on 11/14/2018. Fucked them proper. You gotta give them in. So for that, he gets a list of videos that will take him 3 days for his $10 pledge saying, fuck you, Michael Fazio. Here's $10 for your new computer. And then for that, he gets a list of videos that he couldn't finish before Thursday night. And he gets a free Dick O'Doom picture. High resolution Dick O'Doom with Obama riding on the Dick O'Doom. Let me tell you what it looks like a little bit. Where's Obama, Daisy? Do you see? There it is right here. Let me tell you what it looks like, Jim, so that you got a good close. This is Mr. Obama right here riding on the Dick O'Doom, and you just sent one to your mail with a plus the additional poster of a dollar bill with the skull and bones on the dollar bill with Mr. Obama riding on the Dick O'Doom. Disbrow. That's right. It was a good day. There you go. And the mail is now sending to Jim's mail. It's sending. And your message, Jim Disbrow, has been sent. Thank you very nicely. Thank you. That was a good day. No, I don't talk shit on the internet, Jim. Jim, then he says, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. If I say I'm going to, Jim, I gotta tell you, I don't know you, okay? So I really can't tell you. I have the ability to predict things. In fact, years ago, people used to call me the predictor. I can't get involved with what I could predict. I had the ability to predict that on a certain day, a certain thing was going to happen. But unfortunately, I couldn't tell anybody what those predictions pertain to. And then I would say later on, I'd say, I knew that was going to happen. And they go, what are you, psychic? I'm going, yeah, I'm psychic. And anyway, let's go back to here. Okay, so let's go back. Trolls aboard, Warren H. Hello, Warren. They're making me laugh too hard. Okay. Jim Disbrow, you please let everybody know that you got that email, please, and then I'll know that it's well. If, who knows? Yeah, you trolled me. You trolled me. What? You want to hear what's funny about that? Jim says, I just told my buddy I was waiting for the right moment to troll his ass with a super chat. That was it. That was it. Now you tell your buddy that you, because you trolled me proper, now you tell your buddy, in return for your proper trolling of Michael Fazio, you tell your buddy that Michael Fazio gave you a personal picture of my Dick of Doom for you to use as a screensaver on your computer. Now you tell your buddy that. You tell him, Mike Fazio, I threw this guy a $10 super chat, and for that, Mike Fazio sent me a picture of his Dick of Doom. Go ahead. Tell your friends that. I dare you. I fucking dare you. I double dare you. Go ahead. Just tell them that. Forget the extraneous information. Just tell your friends that Mike Fazio is a pretty cool guy, and if you send him $10, he'll give you a picture of his Dick of Doom. Yeah, go ahead. Tell your friends. I dare you. I dare you. I double dare you. I double dare you to just take that picture and put it in an email saying, for Christmas, I'm giving you the Dick of Doom, a personal picture of Michael Fazio's Dick of Doom. Go ahead. I dare you. Go ahead. Let's see what you got. You're the kind of guy that would do it, though. So, you know, I hope everybody enjoys a picture of my Dick of Doom. There you go.
Can I get ice cream?
What?
Can I get ice cream?
You get anything you want.
Okay.
You're gonna go to this town?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what you do? Hold on a minute. Daisy wants to get ice cream. And instead of just buying one, let's make a, oh, I'll tell you what you do. Do we have a small cardboard box?
Mm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Take you know your big towel? You know, the big towel? The big one. Take a bag and take your big towel, put it in the bag. And then why don't you just buy 10 ice creams and put it in, wrap them up. And as soon as you get the ice cream, get on a hobble hobble and come home and put them right in the freezer. So you have 10. Okay? This way you don't have to worry about it melting. Don't even eat one there. Just go get, I don't care if you get 20 of them. But, you know, that's what, the more you get, the colder it will stay. But before you do that, here, take this and then go get 10 chicken and then get the crunch. Okay? Yeah, get the crunch, get 10 chicken. We don't need eggs. Check for cucumbers. Or pot, get, if we got gamay pepino, get like 5 or 6 more. So you got enough now, right? You got money from the other day? Okay, get that. And then bring the towel, or bring the big towel. Tell the lady, give me 10, right? Put it in a plastic bag. She's going to put it in a plastic bag. Wrap the towel right around it. Walk outside and grab the guy with the hobble hobble. Right there and come straight back. Okay. If you want to get, how many, what, 10 chicken?
Only in the code or in the box? Oh, what is good?
Huh.
They have in the box 150, I think, or 60.
150 what?
In the box.
Box of what?
Ice cream.
How many do you want to buy?
Something like this, I think. Or the small one.
Which one? You want to get the one with the cones like you bought?
No, different, I think. If they're cheaper like this, or smaller.
How many pesos do you have from yesterday?
180, I think, or 200.
Yeah, take this, the chain, and then get what you want. Just simple. But don't come back with less than 10 ice creams. This way you have ice cream for the month, so you don't have to go each time go get. Okay?
Yeah, it's for Christmas.
Yeah, for Christmas. What about the hair? You got you the hair for Christmas.
Yeah.
The hair and okay. Sorry. Ice cream. Let me tell you something about. I'll tell you something about the Philippines. We'll get off the subject at hand for a minute. Ice cream in the Philippines is something some children don't see at all, ever, until they're 12 or 13 or 14 years old. They may never get an ice cream. We went to a wedding where there was ice cream. The kids didn't eat food. They ate ice cream. They ate 2,000 pesos for 2 gallons, 2.5 gallons. It comes in dry ice. And they went through 2 of those, just scoops in paper cups or cones, depending on how you wanted it. They went through 2 of those in an hour. So they went through 5 gallons of ice cream at just one wedding. Just mostly, even the people, they like ice cream. I like ice cream too. I don't eat ice cream, but I like it. Okay, so all right, Jim, we're going back to the comment section. Yeah, you don't need to do it again, Jim. Thank you. That's cool. I didn't. Thank you, Jim. Hope you enjoy the videos, and I hope you enjoy a personal picture of my Dick of Doom. That's all I could ask, that you will come back here and say, Michael, thank you for the picture of your Dick of Doom. Know what I'm saying? Okay, Donnie, I don't ask people to explain themselves. Thank you. I like the fact that you leave those nice comments. Thank you for leaving the comments. And if you notice, I tried to pin a lot of them to the top of the page, or if there's no comments, I just leave it wherever it is. Thank you very much. Okay, Jim Disbrow, I was going to delete the email address, so that means you got the mail. Thank you. Okay, that's where I was. I was hovering over that page just now. I saw it deleted. While I was hovering, it deleted. A British expat in the Philippines. My live blogs are very interesting to view. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate that. Especially another guy in the Philippines realizing that there are people behind the screen when we make videos, and we have ideas that you can't express in a video. If I express this shit in a video and not a live stream, it would be a different kind of rant. Like the fucking rant I put on that piece of shit store on the first floor of the BQ Mall. When you walk in the front entrance and you walk up, you walk up like that little ramp area there, and the store on the right hand side that sells computers. That store sucks. But the rant I made in front of that store, I couldn't put that on YouTube in a million years. Couldn't put it on YouTube. I'd get thrown off if I lost my fucking human consciousness in front of that store. Every motherfucker in the store lied to me, deceived me, was trying to fuck me, and then fuck me again. Every one of them. And I said it in the fucking video. In fact, and then I said all of that shit. And when I went to get the police, that's what it took for them to give me back a receipt to get my money back the next day. I had to threaten them with the police to bring the police here and cause a fucking scene in front of that fucking piece of shit internet store on the first floor of the BQ Mall. That's what it took. But that's what I do. And then I made the video and they watched. This is the fucking manager that wouldn't give me back. They promised me there would be a refund if I didn't like the computer in under 7 days. And this is the fucking manager that lied to me and is not giving me back my money. So now we're going to go get the fucking police. And when I walked out, they saw me walking towards the front door. The security guard came and dragged me back in the store and said the manager wants to talk to you. But that's what I had to do to get my money. And I put all that shit in a video, but I'd be afraid to put it on YouTube. Donnie Porter, thank you. I'm only going to just say thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to, let me get back. I have a few more comments. All right. So, that guy, walk, bite you, Samuel. I see. Wow. Okay. Okay, honey. You got coins?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at this way. Guapa. Look at this. People say to me, come on over here. Look, this no joke. People say to me, is that your daughter? And I go, yeah, it's my daughter. No, I don't say it's my daughter. I say, no, it's here in the Philippines. I'm 63. Next year, Daisy's going to be 25. Quarter of a century. Remember that? So I just tell them, no, it's my girlfriend. And they say, oh, very nice. And they say, how long have you been with her? Next month, it's 3 years. Never thought it would have lasted 3 years. Daisy is the perfect woman. She's the perfect woman for me. She's hardworking. She's attentive. She's beautiful. She's really, really, really smart. Really smart sometimes. And she's got a sense of humor. If she just like this morning after the hangover from the day before, I said, would you like some rum? And she said, you're fucking with me.
No, you said you want me to help. And then I said, you're like a government.
I said, would you like me to help? And I had the bottle with the rum and a shot glass this morning for breakfast because yesterday she had a hangover. And she said, what did you say?
Michael is like a government.
Michael is like the government. I'm here to help. Okay, honey. Go before it gets too hot. You got the towel? Yeah. Okay, put the towel. You got one of those blue plastic bags? Put it in the blue plastic bag. Put it in the towel and bring it back. And keep the chicken that's hot on the bottom away from the Okay? Okay. All right, I'm back. All right, British, thanks. All right, LOL, Jim, Johnny, Donnie, Porter. Okay. Uh, Donnie, thank you for the comments. Thank you for the thoughts. I hope then, of course, I can call you, Donnie. So, Scott Del Fuego, Mr. Obama is a riding and riding and riding. That's right, on the dick of doom, baby. And now that I have your email, I might take a few minutes to send some other pictures of. I put Mr. Obama in the dick of doom inside trees, under rocks, in the water, stuff like that. If I think about it, I might send you some more pictures. No charge. No, thank you very much. It's not hot. Move now. Okay, shut the door, honey. Okay, so you found it in your smart ass folder. Jim said you had to do a look. Okay, so your spam folder. Okay, Jim, glad you got it. Thanks for the laugh. Thanks for the laugh. I really mean that. Okay, Jim was the only white guy in Brownsville, Brooklyn in the 80s. I can throw down with the best of them. Wow. I never lived. I lived in an all-black neighborhood. I lived next block over from the Pinks on Linden Boulevard in 1977 to 1979. I didn't hang out with the locals. I hung out with the Italians. It was an Italian neighborhood surrounded by, it was the highest crime area in America for a short period of time. The years I lived there, there were more murders per square mile in the square mile that I lived in than any other place in America. So I understand a little bit about projects, and you got to be. I'm glad you got through it, and you get a good sense of humor too, because you just do. Thanks for being Jim Disbrow. Thanks for the comment. Thanks for the heads up. And now Samuel, that guy walk bite you, right? He leaves a bunch of comments and then he turns into a troll at the end of the day. And you, which I'm sure you just messed up. Okay, so Samuel will put you out, put you in the street, smack you down. British expat in the Philippines. I'll tell Jane she worked so hard doing such a beautiful job. I don't think she realizes how clever she really is. British expat in the Philippines. I'll tell Jane. I don't know who Jane is. I'm going to check my mail. Hold on, I'm going to check my mail. Jim sent me something. Not yet. Oh yeah, okay. Okay. I don't think you're bullshit. I usually, when somebody says something to me, I believe them. Ah, boom. Ah, cool. So Jim was saying that he was waiting for the right moment to his friend to troll me, and he was talking to his friend online in a chat window, and he said to his friend, I'm waiting for the right moment to troll him with a super chat. And his friend said, you sure do know how to play the game. Thanks for so no, I believed you though. You see, that's the difference between me and other people. When somebody tells me something, I'm prone to believe them. And that's why I take it to heart when people lie. I just don't understand the lie. If you got nothing, you don't have to lie in life. Your whole life would be better if you didn't do that. If you didn't do that one thing, you know how many more people would give you more respect? People look at you and say, not you, not Jim, or not me, but they look at people who lie about bullshit things and they have no respect for you. They have no respect in life for you as a person. Because then, no matter what your problem is in the future, no one gives a shit because they don't even know if you're telling the truth. If they know you're an honest person, you always was an honest boy. You grew up as an honest businessman. You grew up with honor, and you had honor. And then you say to somebody, "Look, I need something. I'll work for you. I'll work for you for $10 an hour, and I won't, I'll do whatever you want, but I need to make $300 or something like that. I'll work for you for $10 an hour. For me and my tools, I work." And people say, "Okay, the man needs money. He really needs money. He's working." I usually charge $60 an hour. So now I'm working for $10 an hour. They know I'm serious, that I don't fuck around. Fortunately, I don't have to do that anymore, but I did do it. But people knew me. They'd say, "Okay, Mike, I know that you're worth fucking $40 an hour. You want 10, they'll give me 10 and they'll buy me lunch. Maybe they'll even give me $12 because they're looking for a deal and I need the money. I'm happy." So at the end of the week, and I'll put a time limit on it. "Look, I need $300. I'll work for you for $10 an hour for this week. So I'll put in my 40 hours. And lunch is not part of it. I give them but if you want me to do work after that, I'm going to charge you $25 an hour. And I work for the week. And at the end of the week, I don't turn around and tell the person, the work I did for you was really worth $25 an hour. No, I don't do that because I already made an agreement with them to work for them to $10 an hour. I didn't lie to them, but I said next week is $25 an hour. If you want me to continue working, you got a discount this week. Next week I break even. And that's it. That stops all the bullshit in life. You don't need to lie. You just need to be honest. If you got nothing to say, don't say nothing, but don't lie. People hate liars. They hate liars so much they look at you with such despise. They despise talking to you. What the fuck is this guy going to lie to me about today? I got to go through the comments. Thanks for the email, Jim. I believed you, though. I did not believe you. I definitely believed you. Okay. Ah, Jane. Okay, I got you. Okay, so what I need to do. All right, Scott, good night. All right, let me get back up here. Okay, yeah, people work hard to make their videos. A British expat in the Philippines. No one understands that you're going to have 3 hours into a 10 or 15-minute video if you do any editing, minimum videotaping, reviewing the video, uploading the video, making the tags in the description. 3 hours is a minimum for any 10-minute video. So good luck with that. Oh, he's policing his own messages. Okay. The wrench of doom. Where's Bosco? Welcome to the machine. Yeah, huh? Well, then just go to his channel and block that piece of shit. You know how I feel about that. But that's your choice. I leave that up to you. You want to deal with him again tomorrow, you deal with him again tomorrow. But you have the option to block or not block or ban or not ban or time out or not type. I gave you that option when you agreed to help me, and I'm a man of my word. I'm a man of my word. This is a perfect example. Samuel does what Samuel does because, and where's Bosco asked me, what are the restrictions if he becomes moderator? I said, I kind of know who you are from the last 100 or so comments I read in different places, what kind of a man you are. Seemed like an honest guy, hardworking man, educated man. Did several, 8 years as 8 years in the service as a hospital technician, or someone that does medical assistance in the hospital. So he didn't get. That's a pretty hard job to do. He's a responsible human being. I said, your discretion, who you block, what you do with the person, time them out, whatever. Your discretion. Even if I don't agree with it, I don't argue with the moderators because that was the agreement I gave them. I can, when somebody brings, Scott brought something to my attention, I made a mistake by blocking somebody. And I was wrong. John B. Boone, he didn't spell a word right, and it was a derogatory term, but in his language, that English is a second language, I made a mistake. So we all apologize to John Boone, and now he's back and he's a happy member of our little community that we have every day. So, okay, so thank you. Okay, Jim, let's do an experiment, Fabio. When we're ready, tell me to go and time me. Let's see. Let's see how long it takes me to become a member of Patreon. Now that would be up to you, Jim. But let's just say that's crazy, dude. That's freaking crazy. You must have. I hope you've been thinking about this for a long time. Let's do an experiment. Let me get my phone. The problem with the experiment is Patreon won't. Okay, yeah, that doesn't work. It wouldn't work. If you want to become a member of my Patreon account, I can time you with my cell phone. But the problem is, like Richard Einstein became a member of my Patreon account. Let's just say it was a Sunday night. I didn't get a message till Monday morning. It typically takes 12 hours because, let me tell you why it takes. If Jim, first of all, I would believe that you would do that, become a member of my Patreon account. And thank you for that, seriously. But let me tell you why I can't time it. Okay, it could be that it takes 12 hours, and it could be that the money the credit card has to roll over at midnight, which at this case, it's 12:41. It's 12:41 now. So it might be 23 more hours before I get a notice. So I could time you, but there's no way to verify the time. So if you become a member of my Patreon account, I will say thank you in advance. I don't expect you to do that. The fun, the banter, the conversation we just had, all of that, that made my whole day. It made me go on to be able to go on and talk to people for 2 more hours with a good frame of mind, knowing that there are people out there that have a good attitude, that know how to have fun. Guy like Jem, you could it's hard to say it. He's from the street. Okay, hard for me to express what it's like to live on the street in New York City, in Brownsville. Okay, Brownsville was a tough neighborhood to grow up in. There were little pockets of white people left, and one house here, 2 houses there, houses that the family was in the family for 100 years. A lot of brownstones in Brownsville. 2 basement, half. You go down like 7 steps down and 7 steps up. So 7 steps down was the basement. Then 7 steps up was the first floor. Then you had a second floor. And they were called railroad flats. And you had a hallway from the top of the second floor. These are some of the houses I worked in Brownsville. Jim, if you know where Brownsville, it's Metropolitan Avenue and Graham Avenue are the 2 key intersecting streets. And why do I know that? Because my girlfriend's father owned a beauty salon on Metropolitan and Graham. And then Brownsville was the next community over from Red Hook. And Brownsville, there was a street in Brownsville called Hart Street. I don't remember if it was spelled H-A-R-T or H-E-A-R-T, but I remember Hart Street, and that's Brownsville. And I'm doing a job in Brownsville to give you an idea where Jim grew up in the 80s, okay? And I'm doing this job in Brownsville, and I'm thinking I know what year it was. It was 1977 or 1978. And I'm doing this renovation and putting in kitchens and bathrooms. Now, during the day, Brownsville was if you had balls and you didn't back down, you could work that. If you had a couple of guys on your crew, there was a lot of blacks. Okay, it was a mostly black neighborhood and Muslim, a lot of Muslims, but they were the Muslims that wore the white hats, and they were relatively peaceful people. Okay, this is going back to 77 or 78. And in the morning, you'd walk up the stairs or get out of your car with my ladders and, scaffolding and stuff, and I'd carry it up, or we'd hump it up through a window on the second or third floor. Depended. Some buildings had more floors than two. And they would say good morning to you. And then they didn't bother us. They didn't bother. They knew there were tools on the job at night. Nobody bothered anything at night. They would tell you that don't worry about it. We're looking after your stuff. You don't have to worry about anybody bothering your shit. And I'm in there about a week, and I start to take out all the plumbing. So maybe 3 or 4 of the Muslim men, they had the white what their dressing on their head, came upstairs and said, "Hey, Mike, how you doing?" Because we were on a first name basis at the time. There was not back then. Life was different. It wasn't like it was today. Okay, and I'm not saying they're bad now, but so the guy walks up and he looks around, and I got tools everywhere, and he goes, "Hey, Mike," he goes, "what we'd like from you." He didn't tell me that we're taking your scrap metal. He didn't tell me you have to give us the scrap metal. And he said to me, what we'd like is if you could donate the copper and the brass pipe so that we could do something at their little institution now. And I said, yeah, that's no problem. Then it was in a big pile. Let's take whatever you want. I personally, it doesn't pay for me to go to the scrapyard. For the time it takes you to go to the scrapyard, and for maybe 40 or 50 pounds of shit I had, you're talking about at 30 cents a pound. I'm going to go to the scrapyard for $15. I'm going to spend 3 hours there. So the guy tells me, he goes, "You don't want anything for it?" I said, "No, you're actually doing me a favor. To me, it's junk. I just saved it in case somebody wanted it. But my guys don't have access to a scrapyard." So the guy tells me, for that, and he goes, "For that, you have no problems here in the neighborhood." Because I don't have any problems here in the neighborhood anyway. So, because we already talked about this, don't fuck with me and I won't fuck with you. And that was it. It was really simple. Okay. It wasn't complicated. So so we start talking about religion, and I had studied religion and theology and all the different faiths, and we got into a philosophical conversation, probably lasted a half an hour or more, and then we were buddies. So anytime I worked I worked along the projects, the houses. One guy owned several houses. Anytime anybody had any problem walking up to me on the street saying, "Hey, we need to borrow your ladder," or something like that, the man, whatever his name was, would say, "No, leave him alone." And that was pretty cool. So, but I know the neighborhood that Jim grew up in. But it was it was a tough way to grow up back then. Where I lived was just as bad in those years, 78, 77, 78. Uh, it was a street called Pitkin and Pine. It was East New York, Brooklyn. Okay, I grew up working in that area. I won't tell you my exact address, but and I won't. That wasn't the exact address, but where I grew up was 1 block away from the Pinks and 1 block away from the housing project across from Times Square store, 2 blocks away from that. I grew up in a tough fucking neighborhood. Didn't grow up, but I lived in a tough fucking neighborhood. So I understand, Jim. So getting back to me timing you before I could, how long it would take. I will push the button on the clock and I'll time you, but it's going to be either 12 or 24 hours. And I'm going to tell you when I'm going to push the button. And I personally, I don't care whether you become a member of my Patreon account or not. I'm just doing it to humor you. So it is now 12:50, and I got to open the phone. And believe me, Jim, if it doesn't happen, it's okay. Okay. So let's go to the stopwatch and let's press start at 12:50. And here we go. And like I said, it'll probably take more than, I think that the time has to roll over. Oh, I'm screwed here. Hold on. Hold on. I don't want to pull on the wrong wire and disconnect my internet again. All right, I'm going to let that go. Hold on. I have a little bit of a problem. Daisy took my charger. Okay, no, she moved it over here. Okay, so. All right, turn it the opposite way. No, that one doesn't fit in that one. Okay, there's something in the way there. But I don't care, Jim. I just did it for the hell of it. It started. It's on. The clock is running, and I don't care one way or the other. So it's on at 12:50, and I'm going to move on. Daisy, no more. Daisy, no more lazing. LOL. Where's Bosco? Lying. I don't know what that means. I'm sure it's a word. 27 people watching. Samuel says, Scott Del Fuego. Warren H., how you doing? Warren H. missing Obama and Trump. Warren H. Warren. Mr. Obama. Warren. Hello, Warren. I hope you're feeling better. I have missed you too, Warren. Warren had a major operation. So if you people have a propensity to prayer or for prayer and want to pray for Warren H., I'm not going to tell you what his operation was, but 4 days ago or 5 days ago, Warren had the kind of operation that would scare the shit out of most people. And he was here, and people are saying hello to him because when you reach a certain age, even when you don't like somebody, let's say you just don't like somebody, you still don't wish the kind of shit on somebody that you just don't like, on that Warren had to go through on Saturday or Friday, last Friday. If you don't like somebody, you'd have to be a real scumbag to wish on them what Warren had to go through on Friday. Now, if they fuck you, now you want that, what Warren went through. If you run across those people that gain your trust and then they fuck you, this is the way I think about it. First of all, I have to watch what I say. Somebody becomes my friend and fucks me. I want things to happen. I want things to happen to that person. I want to document it for sure. And then I want to ask him, how do you like me now, motherfucker? Okay. I know it sounds spiteful and vengeful and that the turn the other cheek shit, which is why I don't do the praying. Because when I was hurt or injured, very few people came to my rescue. And I remembered the people that helped me when I had pneumonia once and I was dying. I needed a place to live. And I was in a snowstorm in a fucking blizzard, April 15th, 1977 to be exact. Okay. And my apartment the building was just sold. I had to move out. I had pneumonia. I had a fight with my father. I had to leave the house, and my aunt wouldn't let me come because she says, "Oh, I can't let you stay at my house because your father will be upset, and I like your father." I'm going, well, I'm going to fucking die. I have pneumonia. I'm sleeping in my truck. That was my favorite aunt. I said, "Fuck you, fuck you, fucking bitch, you fucking bitch," and that's what I said to her. I'll never talk to you again. And she wasn't even my aunt. I never fucking ever once talked to that woman, my uncle, again, ever. And they were the favorite people. Why? Because they were going to let me die in my truck of pneumonia. And then when I got a phone call that she was dying, the shit I told her son, because she wanted to talk to me. She felt bad about what she did 3 years ago. She felt bad what she did on April 15th, the night of April 15th, 1977. She wanted to talk. Oh, fuck yourself. Fuck you where you breathe. I asked my cousin if he'd make a video of her last breath. That was how much I cared. But I let it go like water under the bridge. Anyway, back to the videotape. Samuel's bored. He needs trolls. Okay, Samuel. Now that's the attitude. All right. Okay, British expat in the film. I'm John, and Jane is my Philippine wife. All right. Anthony Plaza, bring back Wak Wak. So you must be the alter ego for Wak Wak. Okay, Psycho. Donnie Porter, you have a point. I thought giving a thumbs up, watching their videos, being a subscriber gave them help on YouTube. What do I know? I don't know you two. Yeah, it helps. You want to know how it helps? Let me tell you how it helps. Psycho doesn't do jack shit for my channel. Let me tell you why it doesn't do jack shit for my channel, giving a thumbs up. It's nice to see, but it doesn't fucking help me. It doesn't get any more views for me. I can have a perfect video and get 100, well, I'll never get 100 thumbs up, but I could have a perfect video and get 35 thumbs up and 1 thumbs down. And I'm going to get 350 views, 500 maximum on any video I make. Because YouTube doesn't like that I got a bad fucking attitude about their liberal fucking bullshit politicians and the fucking gay agenda that they're shoving down people's throat, and that I do videos about anti-vaccines and anti-chemtrails. Google has restricted me to a fucking set amount of views. Fuck Michael Fazio. So it used to help to give people thumbs up. You get some cunt from another channel, any pick a cunt, any cunt from another channel, and he has some shit 1,500 subscribers, posts some shit video about some shit store in the Philippines. They'll get 2,500 views. I go out, talk to the owner, interview the owner, go into the back room, watch how they make the food, show the video, talk to the chef, show them the wooden stoves. I get 375 views. Why? Because YouTube is fucking me. So don't tell me how the thumbs up and the likes count. It doesn't mean shit. YouTube has it out for me because some people come to watch me for who I am. And that doesn't fucking help because they don't like my attitude. Alpha male, does that come to mind? YouTube doesn't like that. They want you all to be pussy whipped. They want you all to be cowed down to any woman, no matter what the fucking situation is. Even if you're fucking wrong, you have to back away from them because they're fucking women and they're right. Fuck that, and fuck the women's lib bullshit. Fuck the LGBT shit too. Until you can do what I did for a fucking living, you're not exactly my equal. You might be smarter at fucking paperwork, but let's see you fucking climb up an 80-foot fucking boom with a fucking with a cable and a grinder and go grind off some fucking cable that's stuck in the shiv. Let's see you do that. LGBT fucking bullshit, fucking transgender, whatever the fuck. Let's see you do that work. And let's see some lesbian that thinks she's my equal on the job. Let's see her climb an 80-foot boom. Now, by the way, when the 80-foot boom, it's in the almost vertical position. So you climb up the webbing. There's no fucking ladder. And you climb up with a little grinder and a couple of extra blades and an extension cord. Maybe because you're stuck in between some area, or maybe they can't turn the fucking for whatever fucking reason. You climb up this fucking 80-foot stick. Oh, by the way, it's about 15 degrees out and everything's fucking icy. They don't like that I don't give a fuck that those people shouldn't get the money that I get to do what I did. I just got a bad attitude. Fucking Google and YouTube knows, that algorithm knows that I'm just a fucking asshole busting his ass to make a living. when they got these fucking douchebags that work for Google, that it's all over the front page that some 22-year-old kid that works for Google. It's all over the internet. 22-year-old employee of Google found dead. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck about that guy? Then how many fucking soldiers that are living on the street froze to death last night? Probably 2 or 3 that you're not going to hear about. Who gives a fuck about some privileged little punk 22-year-old kid working for Google? Why should I give a fuck about him? Why should I? Why should anybody? Why is he on the front page of the fucking paper when there's fucking legitimate people, war heroes that lost arms and legs that died yesterday because they didn't have money for food? Fuck that YouTube 22-year-old piece of shit. Fuck him, that privileged little prick. So he's really fucking smart. Did he fucking do anything real in his life yet? No. He's been in fucking school since birth, and that's all he ever did. And YouTube doesn't like that I say shit like that. And what can I say? I'm sorry, YouTube. I'll be fucking nicer to your fucking 22-year-old fucking punk that's been in school for his entire fucking life. And I got to I read 3 sentences. I fucking went to the article because when on first appearance on Drudge, it looked like the way these assholes named the article. I thought it said 22 employees of Google found dead, and I'm going, wow, this is a good article. I could cover this article. And then I get there and I find out it's a 22-year-old employee of Google. Woe is fucking me. Was I let down? I thought the article said 22 employees of Google found dead. I'm going, wow, that would make a great Fazagami news skit. But it wasn't. It was just one guy from Google, and it stopped. I had to stop. I clicked the link. It took a while for it to load. I'm all excited. I'm starting to type shit in my document. 22 people from Google found dead, and then I was going to give you what I really thought about the whole thing. And you know what a letdown that was? What a bummer that only one person from Google died. I was thinking, wow, I could do a whole hour on 22 people from Google dying, but I can't make I can't make much more than 5 or 6 minutes out of one guy dying. And I don't give a fuck that he died anyway. He wouldn't give a fuck if I died, and I've done more for this fucking world and this society than that motherfucker ever did. So why should I care about him? But now that I had spent 5 minutes addressing Psycho, we're done. All right, I got to find out where I was. Damn it, I made a mistake. Okay, 10:51. Wow, Jim. Wow. All right, a minute. So I'll go look at my mail, Jim. Wow, it took a minute. All right, I'll shut that off. It took a minute. It took exactly a fucking minute. Wow. We're at 13 minutes and 44 seconds, but that's wrong. I'll go look at my mail. Okay, inbox. I don't think I'm going to see that for 12 hours. Whoa, no. I see a message from Grand Adden. Whoa, meet Jim. Wow, Jim Disbrow became a member of my Patreon account in under a minute. Let's see. Wow, I didn't know that. That's strange. That's strange. Meet Jim Disbrow. Just became a such and such member. I don't post the amounts that people pledge, and I don't say when people go away or become an active member and then stop, but I do thank you. So Jim Disbrow became a member of my Patreon account in under a minute. Thank you. I only just got up to that comment. That's why. What happens is when I page down, it sometimes it stalls, and I press the button to page down again, and it goes 2 or 3 pages. All right, so hold on a minute. All right, I'm way up here. I would have never seen that comment had it not gone down to the bottom by accident. So, wow, I'm like 10 pages over here of stuff. Hospital corpsman. Where's Bosco? Yeah, I don't know the terminology because I was never in the service. So where's Bosco was a hospital corpsman. Not an easy job. Certainly not dealing with the agony and strife that he had to go through with the angst on the people's faces when they're having body parts removed and pieces of them are on. They watch the pieces come off and go on the table. That just sucks. Okay, I've seen people mangled up in accidents. Okay, I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna start paging down. I'm gonna. Warren H. I don't know how lawyers can go through life remembering all the lies they told. You can't remember. I can't remember. I can remember when I lied, but it's so few and far between. I just tell people the fucking truth. Living in the Philippines is a good example of that. When somebody's an alcoholic, I tell them, look, I don't hang out with alcoholics. Well, that has nothing to do with you. I said, yeah, it's fucking, I'm hanging out with you. I was driving in the guy's car and he was drunk. I says, are you fucking drunk? He goes, yeah. I said, what are you, fucking nuts, driving this fast down the road drunk? He's going, this is the Philippines. If I get stopped, I'll just give the cop. I said, fuck that. I'm worried about dying. You know, you're drunk. He does it every day, but I don't talk to him anymore. But he got mad at me that I don't talk to him because he's a drunk. He's doing me a favor by driving me someplace drunk. I don't need that. I'm at a point in life where I don't need that. I did it. I did it with other people. I drank when I was young. I haven't been drunk and behind the wheel of a car since I was in my 20s. Okay, maybe 30s at the latest, 32 or 33, because by that time was 1988 and partying in New York City was coming to a close. Okay, so Samuel said Michael and Daisy don't deserve disrespect. Thank you. Okay. All right. All right. So I'm moving through the comments. I do remember that Jim Bisbrow became a member of my Patreon account in under Jim Disbrow. I apologize, Disbrow. Plus, I haven't had any. Let me get some. Not that water makes it. Jim Disbrow. Jim, that's a tough name. Okay, not like you go through life knowing the Disbrows. No offense. Where do you live, Michael? I live down the block from the Disbrows. Oh, heard about the Disbrows. Great family. Throw good Christmas parties. All right, so let's go. All right, let's go down. Thank you. So Jim Disbrow he made a challenge. He made me laugh in my last live stream for somebody that's coming here. I was rolling on him about not becoming a member of my Patreon account. He said it in. I said, they wanted $1,000 for a decent computer in the Philippines, and he started laughing. Look at this. He doesn't have $1,000 for a computer, and then I started like ripping him a new asshole in half in heart, whole in jest, and then he throws a $10 super chat at me. He says, "Fuck you. Here's $10 for your new computer." And I'm going, like I got nothing to say because I wish I could have gave it back to him. Then I could have continued with my rant. But now I would have to be the biggest scumbag in the world to continue on and say, "Fuck you, I don't want your money," and "Fuck you, take your money." Knowing he can't take it back, you'd have to be the biggest. You got to look at life realistically. Then, for that, I I offered Jim a very long list of videos. It would, if you just looked at them 24/7, it might take you three solid days. I don't know if you could do it in 3 days. Some of them might be 40 minutes or 30 minutes. And then you read the description and the links in the bottom of the videos. It takes time. And I sent him on top of the videos, not because of the $10 super chat, but because of his sense of humor. I sent him a picture of my Dick of Doom. And he was so appreciative. I don't know if it was the picture of my Dick of Doom or the videos, but Jim became a member of my Patreon account and then said, how long do you think it will take? And it took a minute. Okay, so because if I look at the email, you know what? Actually, the fucking email came in at December 10th at 12:51. It took 1 minute for Jim. Actually, I just saw the time. I scrolled up to the top of the email. Remember, and it didn't have it on the email, but when I opened it up, it has the timestamp. Wow. See, when you look at the email, it just says December 10th. But when you open the email up, it says 12:51 p.m. So it took him 1 minute to become a member of my Patreon. And then I just got another message from another member of my Patreon account. Grand Adden sent you. Okay, Grand Adden became a member of my Patreon account 4 days ago also. I got 3 members in about a week, 1 week period. Now I'm going to give Grand Adden a shout out now, and then I'm going to give Grand Adden a whole. I'm going to name an entire video after Grand Adden. Okay, and the reason I'm going to do that is because I've seen him comment on my videos several times, and when someone makes an intelligent comment, I go to their icon and I open up their page. Well, Grand Adden has an amazing array of videos from Spain. Now, let me put the name of the man right here, right now. So if you want to see, videos of Spain and in the surrounding areas, of Spain, what I just posted at the bottom in the link, man's name is Grand Adden, capital G-R-A-N-D, and then capital A-D-A-N, Grand Adden. I went to his channel. I see these freaking amazing videos of buildings in high definition buildings and statues and streets that are so clean. It looks like somebody just polished the streets. And I said I look at that. I remember him because they were great uploads. Okay. I know I'm never going to get to go to Spain, but I appreciate beauty, and Grand Adden makes beautiful videos. And then out of the blue, he became a member of Patreon. So I said to him, I asked him, please, to take every one of his uploads and post it to every one of my videos, or post all of his videos to all of my videos. I don't care. That man deserves to have his channel built up because he's providing you with a service as a creator that no one else can do, apparently, because when you see somebody from Spain, you see a little waterfall in the middle of the street. This man walks down and shows you beautiful staircases and gardens and whole entire streets and neighborhoods. The guy has a great channel. And I know how hard it is to start a YouTube channel. So I made him an offer, and he says, no, I'm okay with a small channel. Yeah, then I rebutted him and said, no, please, your videos are good. People want to see this stuff. There are people sitting in their living room on a couch or a wheelchair that they can't see Spain. They're never going to get to see Spain. And the shows that show you Spain, they show you the rich and famous. Let them see the beauty of the streets and the stuff you put out. To Granddad, and I put this in the email back to him because we can email each other privately. And then he said he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it because he thinks he's taking advantage of me. No, we're working together to show the people of the world that there's more to life than just YouTube. And because YouTube has become a news agency. YouTube and Google has become a news agency for the elite, for the criminals, for the scumbags that control the government, for the bankers, for these pieces of shit that stand behind the news anchor's desk, and they make, $10,000 a week or $10,000 an hour. This is fucking ridiculous what's happened to this world. So you got a guy named Granddad who makes these great videos. Let's get them out there. Let's show people what life is about, or at least show what Spain looks like from the perspective of the ground level, not some scumbag with blonde hair that spent 2 hours getting their makeup done, guy or girl, and let's see and he makes videos like that. So Granddad, I suggest you go see his channel if you want to see what Spain looks like. Just even you're not going to Spain, just take a look. He makes some great videos. Subscribe to his channel. All right, I gotta get down. I got a lot of comments, boy. I got a lot of them. All right, so I don't know how I got off on that. Oh, the time. I saw it took him less than a minute. Thank you, Jim Disburn. Let's see if I don't know if I'm saying it right. Disburn. Boy, I'm 4 hours now. I'm talking. I apologize, Jim Disbrow. I apologize. So, not that he would take offense. Jim Disbrow. Where do you live, Michael Fauci? I live 2 houses down from the Disbrows. Oh, I remember the Disbrows. Jim Disbrow. Remember him when he was a kid? How he used to turn the fire hydrants on in the middle of the winter and freeze up the whole street so we could go ice skating? Yay, the Disbrows. Okay, so done. Thank you, Jim. I see it says done. And that was a minute later. 1 minute. You're welcome, Warren. I'm not much into prayer. Do I believe in a higher power? Yes, I do. But it's a one-on-one thing. And I never found that asking, the power of prayer is an interesting thing. It would be more important for you to center yourself and communicate with, or try to communicate with a higher power, but not as God. Just try to draw energy to yourself, not for a selfish reason, but to heal what's on in your body. But I don't want to get involved with a philosophical conversation of how you can draw energy to yourself, healing energy, but it is possible. And I don't know you, and I don't like to get into the philosophical aspects too much because I believe that stuff works. But other people believe in the power of prayer, and but when I get involved with how you can draw energy to yourself for self-healing, people say, "Oh, you're using the energy of Satan because God will already know what to do." So now what you're looking at is the universe, the Godhead of the universe, and you're taking energy from the Godhead into your being. But then you got these assholes that tell you you're talking to Satan. So I don't, and then I have a particular understanding that evil exists and so does good. But prayer, people get involved with this religious bullshit. It's all bullshit. All religion is bullshit. You want to become spiritually aware like myself, somebody with a nice, congenial, even keel personality, just bring the energy from the universe into your body in the morning by breathing, doing a hatha yoga exercise, maybe in, out, 7, 4, like that. And your body will be filled with energy. People will think that you're on crank or what we call here shabu or crystal meth, but it's not that. It's just the energy of the universe is flowing through Michael Fazio. Then they'll say Satan gave you that power because you cursed. Hey, fuck you too. Now I got to go back to the comments. I'll never get through them. That's right, Samuel. Less than 2 minutes for him to become a member of my path. Richard Einstein. He was one of 4 people who became a member of my Patreon account this week. Richard has followed me since the beginning. We're a year different in age, where we're both in the construction industry. And welcome, Richard. So if you have something, karma, yeah, that's another thing with Richard. Karma, and Richard understands that. See, so I don't want to say good things about bringing energy to yourself or bad things, but I will tell you that Richard, one word, karma, it's a big word, and you can attract good things to you or you can attract bad things to you. And if you are a liar or deceive or steal or do deceptive shit, like when I say steal too, I'm not fucking talking about stealing banks, robbing banks, okay? In fact, you probably should get brownie points for something, you know. No, I'm only kidding. But what I'm saying is, I'm talking about walking into a mom and pop shop, not just here in the Philippines, but anywhere, and stealing 1 fucking peso's worth of shit off the shelf. It doesn't matter. Karma is karma. Then you can go outside and get in your car, open up your door, and while you're moving into your car, a truck comes along and takes your door off, and you got the candy in your hand. You're ready to open up the candy. That's karma. It didn't happen to me. I've been in the Philippines next month 5 years. I have never taken anything from anybody, ever. Okay? There's fucking nothing I'm going to steal. I've never walked into a store. In the grocery store, I spend 4,000 pesos. I don't take a pack of gum or a battery. They leave fucking batteries with the glass case open. You just take the batteries that you need out, you put it in your shopping cart. You know how easy it is to throw it into your bag? Very easy. But you know what happens to you if you get caught? You go to jail for a pack of batteries. I'm not going to jail in the Philippines for a pack of batteries, but that's not why I don't steal. I don't steal because I don't like the price of the batteries. I just don't have to buy them. And I'm in the store because they're providing me with a place to buy food. I have to abide by the law and the terms that they make the terms. I don't like their fucking prices, but I have to agree to pay them. And I've seen people go to jail for well, a guy got arrested for a 30 peso theft. I spoke with the store. I had to go back a few days later, and I spoke with the manager, and I said, "Did you really arrest that guy for 30 pesos?" They said, "No, his family bailed him out. We worked out a deal." So they extorted money from his family so he wouldn't go to jail. Hey, this is the Philippines. All right, let me get through these comments. Hold on, Daisy's back. Okay. I'm going to go down. We got a new member. Remember the man, Jim Disbrow, who I was talking to, and I sent him the private picture of my Dick of Doom? He became a member of our Patreon account. Say hello. Jim Disbrow.
Hello, Jim Disbrow.
Salamat.
Thank you very much.
Now, Daisy, Daisy got ice cream, so she's got to put that away. I made her wrap it up in a big towel. Here's the towel. Let me see. Good. Oh, take it out. Because ice cream here. Ah, you brought the big blanket. Very nice. Did you get 10? Okay, she got a bucket of ice cream and a couple of cones. Put that right away, honey. Now I know what you were talking about, the bucket. She got like a pint or a quart. You could have got more, but that's up. No? Enough. Okay. We only have ice cream. I have one ice cream. I had one this month. But ice cream here is a big deal. Jim Disbrow just wanted to prove a point. Anyone who says they will become a Patreon member and takes much more time than that is full of shit. Ah, okay. Okay, so I don't even expect people to remain. So aside from the email that I sent you with the videos, there's about I think 375 other videos on Patreon that are available. But also, like the one I posted this morning. Not now, honey. Thank you. That was from last week. I didn't even finish the ice cream. This morning, I posted 2 videos of the injury I got last year. I bought a piece of shit Chinese ladder, more junk in the Philippines. And the ladder has a lock in it, you know, like the little thumb latches. It ain't. I have a $750 little giant in the shop, in the back. I had $750. I paid for it in 2001. But I didn't have it here, so I needed a collapsible ladder. And I was on the ladder, and it was going like this. I was working on the top of the boom of the backhoe. I was putting grease in it. And the ladder, the dogs walked out from going like this, like this, like this. The dogs walked out, and the ladder collapsed. I almost got killed. Anyway, those 2 videos I just put up. And then I went right back to work the next day, or 2 days later, or 3 days later. But I walked around. I didn't go to the hospital. I didn't cry. It hurt enough to bring tears to my eyes. But like those videos are not videos that anybody else can see on YouTube. Why? Because I show you the buttocks of my ass, and I don't want YouTube then they're not going to let me make any money because it's considered inappropriate content. So fuck it. I put it on my Patreon account for my Patreon account members to see. And you could see a black and blue this big on my ass and my back. Okay? Black. It's black. It's purple. Solid fucking purple this big. Well, it wasn't that day. You could see it 80% purple. But on the second video, it's this fucking big, and it's solid purple with no meat. It doesn't even look like an ass. So now Jim became a member of my Patreon account. Not only does he have a fucking high definition picture of my dick of doom, but now he can view my black ass, black and blue ass. Fucking, it's a win-win situation, folks. It's not like I don't give you something for being a member of the Patreon account. And Jim, I could tell Jim says, just wanted to prove a point. Anyone who says they will become a member of Patreon and takes more time than that is full of shit. Now, like that guy, Jablosco, whatever the fuck his name was, 9 months ago, I'm reading. 7 months ago, I looked at I take his name, I put it in the comments search box on top of the comment. 9 months ago, they said they're going to become a member of my Patreon account. Then 7 months ago, he said, I'm going to become a member of my Patreon. The motherfucker never became a member of my Patreon account, unless he changed his fucking name. So Jim was proving a point. He had heard that in a previous live stream that I did. That was a very calm and methodical, monotone voice. Congenial. Thank you, Jim, for proving the point. Richard Einstein, he said he was going to become a member, and he became a member. That was just last week. And okay, so let me go through here. Jim, you're right. Samuel says, Jim, you're right. Okay.
You want one?
What of what, honey?
Nothing.
What?
Okay.
Is that what's left of a new one?
Yeah.
Come on. What happened to the rest of it?
My mouth.
Just now? Since you got back?
Yeah.
Thanks, Daisy. All right, honey. Yeah. Yeah, Richard, that's about right. Everybody hates them. That's right. Because they're not what they say they are. Okay. You know what I just saw talking about transvestites? I don't remember if it was Saka or see. I won't watch. I don't watch any fucking videos with transvestites in them, and I don't read any articles about that shit either. I mean, it fucking hurts my head enough just to think about that, what they're doing when they're alone. But I think I saw a 230-pound man becomes a woman mentally, still got the Komsikiyama, and then is playing ball against other women, and they're winning. His team, its team, their team is winning. And somebody was saying how unfair. I got through the headline, and I said that the motherfucker should fall down, break his fucking neck for all I care. But that ain't gonna happen. But that's all. I don't care about that kind of shit. What do I even have to fucking look at those kind of articles? I don't care about it. But if you want to be that kind of shit, then you can be that kind of shit. It's not up to me. I don't care, but I don't want to read about it. And every day they shove that shit in your fucking face. Every day, every fucking day, every fucking day. That I saw a guy on a video. The teacher made his grandson dress up in a dress with high heels. Really, motherfucker? Doesn't the teacher have a fucking, I can't say what I want to say. Okay? And the guy is standing there talking to them, what the fuck is wrong with you? I didn't give you permission for that. And the bitch is saying it's the school curriculum. She's trying to tell the grandfather that it's okay because the school said it's not fucking okay. I wouldn't give a fuck if I was 85 fucking years old. I wouldn't let somebody dress my son up as a fucking woman and put high heels on him. I never did it. My father probably never did it. Can't ask him, but not probably never did it. His father never did it. Okay, now I have cousins that did that shit and friends, but I don't talk to that that kind of mental fucking acuity. Anyway, gotta go back. Reset 1776. See, now there's a guy with a fucking plan. Hello, Reset 1776. Okay, I got to get to the bottom here. I'm not really going to, maybe I'm at the bottom. Nope. I am at the bottom. I can't believe I got to the bottom. Okay, so now I'm gonna copy these messages right up to as far as I can copy them. I'm gonna say thank you again to Jim Disbrow, Disbrow, Disbrow. And what you can expect from me is I'm gonna send you. Well, first of all, I can't do it. I could do it, but it's getting late. If you're in America, it's got to be getting late. I didn't eat. I ate breakfast. We had a good breakfast. We had eggs, fresh farm eggs, fried chicken. We chopped up some fried chicken pieces and fresh kangkong, which is fresh spinach, and one whole bulb of garlic in 6 eggs. But that was at 7 o'clock this morning. So I won't call you this afternoon. But if you leave, if you want to tool around on Patreon, and then you want to send me your telephone number, I'll call you up. If let's say you want to come to the Philippines, I will help you in any way possible. I don't care if I have to spend 3 hours on the phone. I'll do research for you here. I'll find you discounts on hotels. If you want to meet, I'll find a discount on a hotel near me here. And but let's say on a long shot, you want to move to the Florida Keys. And if you tell me what you're into, are you a scuba diver? Are you a scuba diver, or are you a snorkeler? White sand beaches in the Florida Keys, not a lot of those. There's one on Marathon Key called Anne's Beach, Annes, Anne's Beach. But if you tell me you're moving to the Florida Keys and you want information about that, I'll give you places that you would want to live and places that you wouldn't want to live. And I can tell you whether or not to live on the ocean side or the bay side, depending on what you like. See, if you like clean, fresh, cold water fish, you got to live on the ocean side, because it might take an hour to get from the bay side to the ocean side. But if you like lobsters and crabs and like tooling around in a pontoon boat, then you want to go live on the bay side. So these are the things that I can help you with. Okay? There's lots of stuff I can help you with. From not just here, but in America, in New York. Well, not Jim in New York, but I can help you with lots of stuff. All right, so let me go down here. I got almost to the bottom. Okay, Jim Disbrow just wanted to. That's right. Okay, we got that comment. Jim Disbrow said, just wanted to prove a point. Anyone who says they're going to become a member of Patreon and takes more than 2 minutes, Jim Disbrow did it in 2 minutes. I like this guy. So so now the other fellow, Donnie Porter, he said he doesn't use a credit card, and if I believe that, because I just told you I believe everything that everybody says, and he hasn't been saying it for months. He just hasn't gotten around to getting a prepaid credit card. And if he does it, he does it. If he doesn't do it, he doesn't do it. But at least I didn't ask him to explain why he didn't do it. He offered that information. I don't offer that. I am not in control of your finances. I just ask for your assistance to help me pay some of my bills here in the Philippines, because I have only cash money laid out. Forget new computer, forget anything. I have cash money laid out this year, $1,400. Now, I didn't collect $1,400 from YouTube. In fact, I collected a considerable amount less. Probably my YouTube money for the year is going to be, I don't know. It could be as much as 900 and on the low end, and it could be as much as $1,150 on the high end. But several months back, they shut everybody's accounts off. They shut off all advertising. If you remember last year, I think it was in January, the monies were low. I think some months I made $60 on YouTube. Some months I earned $82. Last month, $86 on YouTube. 2,500 videos. 80,000 views last month. 2,500 videos. 80,000 views. I made $86. So that's about right. For every 10,000 views, for every 1,000 views, you make $1. That's standard. It's been standard since YouTube started 8 or 10 years ago. So I had 80,000 views. And I made $86. A dollar per 1,000 views. Well, that's only, so if I made $900, it still cost me $500 out of pocket just to run my channel. So if I want to buy a new computer, which I do need, but now this one's working, I don't need it today, but I might need one tomorrow. I don't know. It's an Asus 53 Echo X53 Echo. It's 2000. I got it in 2012 or 13, but it might have been a year and a half or 2 years old at the time. It works. As long as it works, I'm good. But if I had to buy a new computer, do I have the money? Yes, I do. But I don't want to take it out of my pocket to do YouTube videos. I don't think I should have to. I provide people with entertainment. I provide them with information. I spend hours and hours each month with my Patreon members on the phone. I spend thousands of hours a year explaining stuff to people. I think I should earn a little, I should at least be able to break even and buy new equipment if I need new equipment. That's reasonable. So, thank you, Jeff. Again, Richard.
Video about the chicken?
A video. Did you get chicken?
Yeah, only 5.
Okay. And crunch you got too?
Yeah, only 5.
What, you went to both places or just one place?
Both.
And only one person had crunch?
Yeah.
Really?
Near the lawyer.
Amazing. Okay. Let's see. All right. I have to bring over the chicken, the pieces of chicken. Are they cooled off?
The old one or the new?
Ah, the old one. Oh, okay, I see. Oh yeah, the one I put in the plate before. There's one in the pot, right? That I put down so it would thaw out. It was frozen.
Oh yeah.
In the pan.
Yeah.
Let me see. Give me that one for sure. And I want to show you people how they've screwed, not me. I'm not going to complain about this. You see this? Far be it from me to complain about this. Let me show you what this is. This is a piece of chicken, fried chicken. Okay? All right, so to give you an idea how big it is, it's not very big. Let me tell you what fried chicken looked like when I moved to the Philippines 5 years ago. Inside the crust, the fried chicken pieces were bigger than this 5 years ago. They recently changed the way they put batter on things and the size of the piece. So let's just go through this, okay? I'm going to show you. All right, let's take this. I'm going to show you this piece of chicken right here. I'm going to hold it right here. I'm going to show you this piece of chicken next to, let's say, this flour. Okay, can we do that? Okay. All right, right there, next to the leaf. See the leaf? See how big it is? It's a little bigger than the leaf, right? I'm going to put it back over here. Okay, now it's touching the plate. I'm going to show you how they're screwing everybody here in the Philippines. Now I'm going to take the crust off of this chicken. Now, I want to tell you something. This that I just took off, 100% crust. No meat. No meat. This that I just took off, 100% crust. Okay, I'm taking it off in little pieces so you can see. This that I just took off, no meat, just a little piece of skin in there. Okay, this that I just took off, no meat, a little piece of skin there. This that I just took off, all crust, no meat. This piece that I'm taking off here, the end right here, all skin, no meat. Now you're starting to see a little piece of meat right there. Okay, now I'll turn it around a little bit. Crust only, crust only. Oh, you're not going to believe what's going to be left here. This is standard where how they're screwing people here in the Philippines. All right, I'm flipping it over. I'm taking this little piece of crust off right here, the skin. This is just skin. Okay, there's no meat here, none, zero. Not any meat at all, just a piece of skin now. All right, so you've been watching me. I didn't take it off the camera. I'm peeling this piece of skin back here. No meat, still skin. What you see white there is not a piece of meat. It's just the skin separating right there. So there's no meat there at all, right? Nothing. Just a piece of crust. Okay? This used to be 12 pesos. Now it used to be 10 pesos when I got here 4 years ago, and it was as big as the piece of meat was as big as this chicken. So now I have some more crust here, right? Paying attention here? I'm taking this piece of crust off over here. Just crust, just crust. I'm taking a little more meat off, crust off of here. Just crust, no meat. Okay? Now I'm going to the end, and I'm taking some more meat. More crust. I'm showing you the crust as I drop it in the plate. Another piece of crust only. Another piece of crust only. Now I'm going to the end here now. Okay? I'm going to take the crust off the end. Okay? All right, so here we are. I took the crust off of here, just crust. Okay? This is the fucking piece of chicken that I'm left with. This is it. Okay, I'm taking the crust off this piece right here, a little piece of crust here. I'm taking the crust and the skin off here. I'm taking the little piece of crust off here. I'm taking this is what they're doing to the fucking people of the Philippines. Right here, right there, that little piece. Nope, that's not meat. That's fat right there. That's a piece of fat. There is no fucking chicken in the chicken. Typically, you'll get a little piece of meat about this big. Typically, you'll get a little piece of meat about this big right there and about that fat. That's what they put in the fucking chicken. This cost 14 pesos. That's 28 fucking cents for a piece of fried chicken fat, fried chicken skin. I thought there would at least be nothing. There's not, here it is. There's not even a piece of meat in there. It's just skin. It's just skin. And that's the premium fucking piece. That's 14 pesos. You could buy a non-premium piece of chicken wing for 12 pesos. But as you can see, this is all fat. That's how thick it is, but that's just skin. No meat. No meat. You think that they're not fucking you here in the Philippines when you buy this shit? And you think they don't know what it is when a foreigner walks up to the, now this one I bought. Daisy bought 5 new ones today. They might not have done that to her, but that's what they did to me. So here's the bowl. Here's the bowl. All this whole thing, the whole entire bowl, every fucking thing inside this bowl is chicken skin or chicken fat. Everything. There is no meat on that piece of chicken I started out with. Sometimes there's a piece of meat. If you took a quarter and you made it round, there'd be a piece of meat the size of a quarter inside that for 28 fucking cents. When it used to be that this whole piece that I have here in my hand, all this chicken skin was a piece of meat and had a crust on top of this. But now it's all fucking fat. It's just chicken fucking skin, fried, double dipped, a double batter. Like they put flour on it then they put it in egg, and then they put it with crust. And the crust, this is how thick the crust is right here. That's it. It's just fucking chicken skin with dipped in batter. That's it. They just fuck you 17 different ways from Sunday here in the Philippines.
That's fresh.
This is the new one. Is it going to be the same thing? Well, I'll do it again with the new one that Daisy bought. Daisy, just put this in a plate or put it in the pan. I'll do it again just to show you how they fuck you. I was going to do a live stream just for this, but I ran out of stuff to talk about. So I'm gonna. All right. So we're gonna take this piece apart now, right? So you could see right here, the piece is about as big as the rose. Let's say. Okay. No, I can't see that. Okay, it's this big. Okay, it's as big as. Let's just do it like this. It's this big. That's how big it is. Put the rose in the back. Okay, so it covers the rose. That's easy. It just covers the rose. Just about covers the rose. 1/4 inch around the outside of the rose. Let's start taking the crust off of this, okay? You want to see how they fuck you here? They just did it to Daisy. Okay. We're going to take this piece off right here. Right here. It's all fat. This is fat. See, that's fat. You can just see the edge of a piece of meat. But this part is crust. So we're going to take this off. That's all crust. That's all crusty skin. We're going to take that off. Now we're going to we're going right here. And we're going to take the skin off right there. And we're going to take the skin off the other side of this. More skin right here. More skin. Now we're going to take more skin off here. More skin. No meat, just skin. Okay. So here's another piece, just fat. Crusty fat. Okay, so here's one piece of meat. Okay, this is one piece of meat. It came off with the crust. Okay, now we're going to go over here. And we're going to take the more crust off. And over here, there's more crust. No meat, just crust. Okay. Now, on this side, we're going to break this whole side off here. Because what it looks like, it's white, but it's not. It's cartilage. It's the cartilage of the meat. It's not meat. It's cartilage and fat. It's like the white fat that's on a chicken. The very soft, gooey fat. That's what this is. That's gone. Put that over here. And this piece here I just took off of there. There's a teeny little piece of meat in there. About the size of the United States, I don't know, half the size of a dime. Okay, it's as big as my fingernail. That's how big it is. It's about as big as my fingernail, but not quite as thick as my finger. And the outside edge of this that I just took off of here, that's crust. That's fat and crust. So here's the piece in its entirety. Here's the piece in its entirety right here. It's as big as the half the thickness of my finger and half about the width of my fingernail. That's one piece. And now we're continuing to take fat off this piece again. That's all crust right there. Okay, now we get to the bone and more cartilage. This is cartilage. Right here is cartilage and bone. Okay, and crust. Here's crust right here. So that's crust, and this is crust right here. That's crust. This is crust. And this is crust. Okay? This piece here, this is fat. That's just fat. And now we're going to go take the bone and the cartilage off of this piece right here. You're going to rip that off of there. That's cartilage and bone. That's gone. And you can see the fat is stretching off the chicken. Stretching off the chicken. Okay? Now I'm going to take the fat off of that and drop it. So this piece, this is the piece of meat. This is the piece of meat that started out that big. And this thick. That started out, there used to be the chicken piece was this big and this thick. The piece of fried chicken was 10 pesos. So basically, this piece of chicken itself, not quite the thickness of my thumb, just barely covers my thumb. Okay? No, it's not even the thickness of my thumb. So that would be about 1 inch. And if I turn it sideways, about 1 inch by 1 inch by 1.25 inches, inch and 3/8. Because if you compress it down to make it square, so you're paying 28 cents for a fucking, and then inside the bowl, you have a piece of chicken this big. Here's the crumbs, and here's the piece of chicken. How the fuck does this make any sense? This is the crumbs and not all of them. Some more in the bottom and the bone. This is the crust. The crust and the piece of meat right here. That's it. How the fuck can these people in the Philippines, 28 cents, the reason I say it's 14 pesos and I don't think it's fair is because a Filipino only makes 35 or 40 pesos per hour unless they're doing hard manual labor. Then they make 50 pesos an hour. So they pay a whole hour's wages for 2 fucking lousy pieces of chicken this big and a bunch of chicken fat and skin. They are just fucking everybody at these fried chicken stores. Now, why do I buy it? Today, I bought it so that I could do this exercise. The first piece I had in the freezer, I found it this morning when I was looking for sausages. It's all crunch. It's all fucking chicken skin and egg batter. Does it taste good? It tastes okay. But I don't need to pay 28 fucking pesos for this shit. What we'll do is we'll buy, if I really wanted fried chicken, I'll just buy a fresh chicken. But they used to make, I don't know, let's say they made 10 pieces out of a like a one, almost 3/4 kilo chicken. They made 10 big pieces. Now they make 20 fucking small pieces, 25 small pieces. They give you sometimes just this fucking bone that you see here. That was the other one. The bone. Just the bone. Just the cartilage. They just take this piece of fucking cartilage in there, put fucking, they leave the skin on it. They cut it so it's just skin. It's disgusting how expensive it is to live here. Not necessarily for me, but for a Filipino. And this is what they're doing to the Filipinos too. It's disgusting what's happening here. The price of a roasted chicken went from 90 pesos for a whole roasted chicken in the January of 2014 to now it's 350 fucking pesos in the same store on the same block. Well, it went up 270 and 90. It went up 300. It went up 275%. Fucking price of a roasted chicken went up 200. They cook it on fucking charcoal or wood. Disgusting. Hold on. I need to wash my hands. Thank you, Daisy. Good.
Yeah.
Pick up the pot. Roll that back, yeah? Not terrible? And those were our friends, yeah? And those are the people that call you their friends when you walk up to their little booth. Hello, my friend, we just made fresh fried chicken. You mean you fried up a bunch of fucking skin and you took the chicken home for your family? That's what I think they really meant. Disgusting. It's absolutely fucking off the chain how they're fucking, not just me. I mean, 28 fucking pesos for a piece of, 28 cents for a piece of chicken that's not an inch and an eighth round and, you know, the size of a fucking inch and an eighth rubber ball. 28 fucking pesos when they're only making 35 pesos an hour? It's disgusting. Wow. Warren H has a glider pilot's license. Not easy to get. And he was doing helicopter training. Wow. When he got sick. Here's a man trying to be all he can be, and he really takes a fucking beating. You didn't piss me off, Donnie Potter. You never pissed me off. I addressed all your questions with a thumbs up. I believe that you're going to sign up for my Patreon account. Has nothing to do with you. It just has to do with some fucking asshole named Los Bolos, that 9 months ago left the same kind of comment. And then 7 months ago, I searched for his name on my page, left another comment. Don't worry, I'm going to. And then he asked me a question, which I addressed. And then he disappeared. So I'm not mad at you per se. You told me your situation. I'm not mad at you. Okay, if I was fucking mad at you, I would just say I was mad at you. Why should I be mad at you that you don't have a credit card? Well, and that's how you enforce not buying shit you don't need. I give you credit for that. I don't take it away from you. Forget being mad at you. If I was upset with you, I would have said something negative or derogatory, which I did not, and I'm not going to. And I told you, if you don't sign up, that's okay too. But I can only just address so many people's messages. That's what I'm upset about. So, Richard Einstein, thumbs up, boys and girls. All right, Richard. All right. All right. So here we go. We have 27 watching, as someone said. Okay. Apparently, I've been past this section before. Where's Bosco explaining to me that a corpsman is similar to a medic? That much I kind of put together. Where's Bosco? But thank you for explaining it. I was pretty sure that you worked with people that were injured or sick for sure, but injured also. I was pretty sure that was your job. Jim Disbrow, nah, I'm a corpsman too. That M word might get you best beat up. Yeah, and there's no reason for it anyway. So, yeah, I got you, Jim. I got you. Thank you. Yeah, and when Jim says it might get you beat up, the probability is high. I bet the probability is high. Okay, All right, Warren H. Where's Bosco? Love gyros. They are very safe. Gyrocopter, I'm sure you're talking about. Yeah, they are. Okay, it's simple, stop, stupid, really go cost getting the in. All right. It's simple, stop, stupid, and really low cost for getting in the air. Not really. It's simple, stop, stupid, and really low cost for getting in the air. I don't know. When I was taking pilot training in 1990, it was $125 an hour for a Cherokee Warrior 2 low wing. That was a lot of money. I don't know what it is now. I bet you it's 200. If you think that's cheap, you must have a lot of fucking money, or you must earn a lot of money. I'm not saying they gave it to you, but that I don't think 150 or $200 an hour is cheap. All right, Samuel, you're going for lunch. Jim Disbrow and Where's Bosco are having a conversation about their military experience. That's what I like about these live streams that I do, where people start to network between themselves. There's a lot of stuff that could be said about networking. I'm glad that happened. Good night, Donnie Porter. Have a nice evening. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, Jim Disbrow was 8404 and 8445. As a corpseman, I think I read corpseman is similar to a medic. Okay, Jim Disbrow. Now I'm a corpseman too. Okay, so I'm the M word of the medic. Okay, Jim, and then Jim Disbrow served the Navy and the Marines as a corpsman. Okay, now I understand. I thought you were talking about something else. Hospital corpsman, Jim Disbrow says, hospital corpsmen are all Navy. We serve with the Marines as well. Okay, I'm moving down the page. Samuel, more trolls, yummy. Okay. George Shaw, the last live stream about signing up for Patreon. It does that we have internet failures for milliseconds several times a day. The internet might only shut off for a millisecond, but it kills the live stream. It does not kill uploads, but live streams are more sensitive. So George just got the message now, 2.5 hours after the live stream ended. Unfortunately, that's the way it works. Yeah, I didn't stop the live stream. The live stream got a millisecond shut off. George, hello, Bosco, Warren H., Samuel, Jim. Okay, Jim, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for everything. Thanks for the laughs. You can look forward to seeing a mail with a bunch of high-resolution pictures. Maybe you can use them for your, send them out for Christmas cards or something like that. Pictures that I don't know about, what your friends would like, but I'm going to give you a nice selection of pictures, and you can put them on your computer and send them out. Send them out. God bless. Take care. Thanks again. Thanks for the laughs, Jim Disbrow. Whenever anybody asks me where I live from now on, I'm going to tell them I live down the block from the Disbrows. What? You live next to the Disbrows? Wow, it must have been interesting growing up with the Disbrows. Thanks again, Jim. Have a nice day. Warren H says, I don't, Warren H kind of agrees with me that he doesn't believe in a divine spirit dispensing justice or guidance. No, there's no spaghetti monster in the sky, Warren, but you can draw energy to yourself for healing purposes. I can't prove to you what I've done in the past, but you can do things to make certain things disappear. It's possible. It's very. It happened to me. I was going to cut my leg off when I was 16 years old, 17 years old, and I was much into meditation. And we focused on the cancer in my knee, and it went away. I'm just telling you that the doctor. The next visit was for them to make an appointment for me to go into the hospital for them to cut my leg off. And the next visit, the cancer was gone. I had been involved with meditation classes in New York City with very powerful spiritual gurus. That's what we called them back then. And you could feel the heat that the class generated from the class. They called it love, the heat of love. But you could feel it in your leg, and it made the cancer disappear. Possible. With the right crew, with the right friends. But the spaghetti monster in the sky thing, no, I'm not real sure I'm going to follow through with that. Warren says, hands up, who believes in karma? He does. All right, Warren, see that now? Yeah, I'm glad I didn't start a negative thing with the religious karma, but lots of people believe in karma, and it comes in so many different ways. So, all right, so I'm glad that we got a bunch of people. Richard Einstein certainly does from our conversations in the past. Whereas Bosco, to the non-believers, love, light, and positive vibes go your way. See, there's a lot of people that understand this stuff that they're afraid to talk about it or embarrassed. Like me, I'm the kind of guy that I got to tell you, I got to tell you, I believe in karma, but sometimes karma could be served fresh or cold, or you can watch it happen sometimes, and you can read about something that happened. I believe in karma. That's why I don't fuck with people. I do fuck with people, but I fuck with people that fuck with me because I have good karma. Okay. Now, some people say I push the fucking limits. Yeah, that's probably true. But sometimes people need to be fucking addressed, and I dress them. And it doesn't, it's not a question of whether you could beat me up or not beat me up because I don't give a fuck. I've had several fights, several dozen fights, several dozen more than several dozen fights. I don't win them all, and I didn't win them all then, and I'm not going to win them all now. I just don't give a fuck. That's the difference. Okay, I'm going to scroll down. Warren H's mom made him give back a 5-cent pencil eraser. Yup, I've been there. I broke a guy's pumpkin. In fact, the guy who was pilot training me, Jimmy, I broke his mother's pumpkin when I was 12. They took me and the other asshole, we threw the pumpkin off our stoop. They knew who I was because their oldest daughter went to school with me. I didn't know who she was. I was 12 years old. They came to my mother's house and they asked my mother to see me, and they asked me if I broke the pumpkin, and I said, yeah. My mother fucking took the money out of my allowance, and I don't remember breaking any more pumpkins. I guess I did, but but I was much more conscious of the consequences. All right, let me scroll down here. Okay, so I'm down at the bottom of the page. What I'm going to do is I need to actually, at this time of the day, I always tell you that I'm going to go outside and do some things. What I am actually going to do is take my little medical kit here that I have in here, my dressings, and silver sulfur dioxide, diazine, and Benadine, and my tape, and I'm going to go out and dress my wound. Okay, so I'm going to go outside and with my little medical kit here, and I'll be back in about, I guess I'm going to be back in about, 12 or 13 minutes. You guys continue having a nice conversation, and I don't know what I could give you to look at. In the meantime, how about looking at Mr. Trump? Because he's turned out to be the fucking blessing in disguise, eh? Ain't that the truth, yeah? Trump. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, I gotta try to balance Mr. Trump. There we go. Ladies and gents. There we go. Let's take his hair, give him a little haircut over there. Put his hair back up on top. Right, the blue ball brain, but it won't fit into the picture. And my desk only goes back so far, so God bless. There's Mr. Trump. There you go. Trump, 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 Trump. Bullshit, Trump. Bullshit, Trump. Trump, bullshit. That's the best I could do. Now I'm back, and I just was listening to a couple of videos while I was dressing my wound, and basically it was about France burning. France is burning. They are having tens of thousands of people. I'll talk about that because I think that Trump is laying the groundwork for martial law in America. That's my personal opinion. I've said it in a dozen different live streams that Trump is a New World Order type of guy. So let me put this back up here. And here we go. Let's get this back up here. Now, I was listening. I listened to two updates on the riots that are occurring in France. And personally, the people of France are pissed off, and the coverage that they're getting is not newsworthy coverage at all. See, and this is why YouTube gives me such low view counts, because I talk about stuff like this. They'll hear about the algorithms. The computer will hear about me talking about the uprising in France, and that I agree. They're raping the people of France. But the problem is, I listened to a newscast last night. I'll review the comments. So I'll give you a minute to think about France if you've been following it. Okay. I don't know if you want to talk about France, but what I'm going to talk about is not about France. I think Trump is laying the groundwork for martial law in America. I think Trump's a New World Order type of guy. I think Trump surrounds himself with dual Israeli citizens that are in his personal inner circle of friends. I think he's letting all this stuff at the border explode, and that eventually he'll use the military to enforce the law at the border, which is called passe comitatus, and then when the people get upset about that, I think he'll impose martial law or something close to it. My personal opinion, that's where I believe it's headed. I could be wrong. I've been wrong about major predictions like that, but I think that Trump is Mr. Obama. Mr. Obama 2.0. Here you go. Here's Mr. Trump, and here's Mr. Obama. And I think that Trump and Mr. Obama get their marching orders from the same place. Maybe it was a little bit of a different agenda, but I think that they're deep down, they're buddies. That's what I think. I'm not going to change my mind about that. Okay, where's Bosco? So here's a man that's not afraid to speak his mind. I'll read. Where is Bosco's comment? France seems to be about gas taxes. Yes. Gas prices. Yes. Fuel prices for home heating oil. Yes. But more importantly, France is rioting over the migration policy that Macron is bringing into France. Basically the same thing they did to Germany. But here's one interesting fact. I also watched the video. I might do a live stream on this tomorrow. It's a good topic, and it's a topic because it relates to America. The European immigrant, illegal immigrant from Africa and other countries, Somalia, Africa, it's all the same place pretty much. They're bringing that stuff into their country to destroy the white middle class working population. Trump and Obama, now, although people say, no, Trump is against the illegal immigration, that's just total bullshit. Since Trump's first day in office, he's allowed between 900 and 1,200 people every day have come into America illegally since Trump took office. Believe it, don't believe it, call me a liar, tell me I'm bullshit. I can't give you facts on this other than some of the things I have watched that people agree on, that somewhere between 900 and 1,200 people a day come into America illegally through the Mexican border wall. That doesn't exist. That Trump promised, and he never kept his promise about that. So more importantly, the last part of Where's Bosco, the last part of his sentence is that France's, the Yellow Vest movement is about gas prices, taxes going through the roof, and taxes going to migrants and Muslim issues. That's the truth. And I watched a news article, a news video last night, which, by the way, this pisses me off, that Google and YouTube have become a news propaganda agency for the New World Order. It said, we are watching the video, I am watching the video take place in France. They are showing you, as far back as you can see in a live feed camera, what looked to be the crowd of more than 2,000 to 3,000 people in just that one segment of France that were rioting. So you're looking at more than 2,000 people and maybe 3,000 people, and the newscaster said approximately 139 people gathered together in France to protest the increase of gas prices. But it's not about gas prices. And you're looking at a video of 2,000 to 3,000 people, and the newscaster quoted a people count of 139 people. What is wrong with this fucking world that you're looking at a news feed of 2,000 or 3,000 people, and the newscaster says approximately 139 people gathered together in France today to protest gas prices? Not about gas prices. That's what they will admit to. It's about the average working class person in France can't afford home heating oil and gas, and this scumbag politician named Macron told the people when he reviewed their complaint that they don't have money for their vehicles to get to work. His answer was to carpool. In other words, the president of France doesn't give a fuck about the people of France. And I don't think Trump gives a fuck about the American people. If he did, he would have enforced his policy of creating voter identification registration so there could be no voter fraud, which he bitched about like a whiny little bitch before he got elected and after he got elected. The whiny little bitch that he is, he bitched about voter fraud, but he did nothing about it. Next time, with the same bullshit from every politician. He never built the border wall, the large, beautiful, magnificent work of genius that he was, and then maybe he put his name on the border wall somewhere, the Trump wall. He's a lying scumbag politician. But I think that Trump is using the Mexicans to invade America one at a time, 100 at a time. He said originally, no illegals will come into this country under his watch. And he said that 1,000 fucking times. And then about 5 weeks ago, he changed that statement to no illegals from Mexico will come across the border illegally. He added the word illegally, which means now they get to be vetted at the border, which can't be done because nobody has fingerprint backgrounds and dental records of these people or facial recognition. So people that committed heinous crimes in Mexico that never got arrested are now being allowed into America because they say they're seeking asylum from oppression of government. Trump is a New World Order guy. Anybody that disagrees with that, you're going to watch it happen. I was right about Obama destroying America. I was right about how Obama was going to destroy America. I was right about Fukushima disappearing off the fucking newspaper headlines. I was right about the Ronald Reagan, and now 1,700 people have come down with cancer. 1,700 men and women that were on duty on the Ronald Reagan have come down with cancer, and they have a complaint. I think it was 900 people 2 years ago have signed a culminated complaint by lawyers that 22-year-old men, 25-year-old women, 28-year-old servicemen, pilots, jet mechanics, helicopter pilots, helicopter mechanics, fuel people. 1,700 fucking people have come down with cancer that were working on the Ronald Reagan. The statistics of that are off the chart, and you don't hear about it in the paper. And then Trump was going to take care of the servicemen. There's still 23 people dying, committing suicide a day that were in the United States Armed Services. There were 23 people a day when Trump entered office. Trump doesn't give a fuck about you or the servicemen. Never did anything about that. He never kept his promise about illegal immigration. He never kept his promise about building the wall. He never kept his promise about voter identification, registration, fraud. Never kept any of his fucking real promises. But he made Israel, or whatever, he made Jerusalem the capital of Israel, caused a fucking ruckus in the Middle East where they're starting to have wars going on now for months. Tens of thousands of people have been displaced from Palestine and or the surrounding area. They're bombing the shit out of these people. The people have rocks, and the Israelis are shooting guns at men, women, and children. Okay? Let's stop the bullshit, folks. Trump is a New World Order, Israel first president. And let's see. Samuel says, Michael, I see London, I see France, I see Trump's fancy fence, but no wall, LOL. And that's what it boils down to. Some bullshit. Now he's got 5,000 troops, 800 troops at the border that are not allowed to enforce the laws of America. Are they tear gassing the people on the other side to disperse the crowd? No. Did they ever give you an accurate measurement of an actual count of how many people were on the other side of the wall? No. Do they have accurate accounts? Of course they do. They have high-flying aircraft with thermal, infrared radiation, thermal imaging. They could give you an exact count of how many people were coming from Honduras. Did they give you that? No, because Trump is fucking you. He's just not telling you he's fucking you. Obama just told you, I'm going to fuck you. I'm going to sign this illegal document. But Trump, it's never going to happen. He's a fucking Obama too. Maybe he's worse than Obama. I don't know. Okay, so let's go. Whereas Bosco says the border is porous in many places. Sad but true. And the thing is, we have non-lethal ways to protect the border wall. Samuel said sound cannons, I think. Let me see who said that. Samuel said, where I found out what happened to the sound cannons, Trump's last gas attack, blow the mics there. So in other words, the sound cannons, and now I'm going to go into FEMA camps too. So anybody interested in this topic can chime in anytime they want. The sound cannons that we have will disperse a crowd on the other side of the border wall. Shoot it at the people on top of the border wall, they're going to jump off. But we don't use that. No. That's what we built it for, to disperse crowds, but we don't use them. And then they have gas that they don't use. They've used it a little bit, but not like they should have, in my opinion. And then we fucking paid for FEMA camps in America to be built since the year 2001 that can house 8 million people. Those FEMA camps were built specifically in case the United States was ever invaded by any country. Are we bringing those Mexicans to the FEMA camps to be processed where they can't get out under any condition? No. They're putting some of them in fucking tents on the inside of the border wall, and it's costing American citizens $1,200 a day to house each illegal immigrant in those tents. The security, the cost of the tent, food, 3 meals a day, medical and dental attention. We're paying them $1,000. Their fucking FEMA camps were built to put people in if they invaded our country, and Trump did not open them up. Now, people say, well, if they did, it's martial law. Well, that's fucking better than getting invaded. We built the fucking FEMA camps to put people in that invaded our country. And now, instead of putting them in a FEMA camp where it might cost $50 a day to house these people, we're spending $1,200 a day to interview them and ask them fucking stupid questions. Andy Blue. Obama destroyed every fucking aspect of America. If you don't see that, I'm not going to address any other comment that you're just here to troll me on Obama. Obama sucked as a president. Everything he ever did was illegal. And if Trump doesn't put him in jail, that's another promise that Trump made, to put Clinton in jail. I don't see Clinton in jail. It's 2 fucking years already. She's guilty of sin. So, Andy Blue, we're done with you. Where's Bosco? Now, Where's Bosco lives 4 miles from the border, and his brother's a border agent. So Where's Bosco said the Attorney General of California was going to file legal proceedings against Trump for tear gas being used. LOL. This is the shit that says they're going to do one thing and then does something else and always against the white middle class working people. I was a fucking white middle class working person, and I'm fucking tired of reading this shit. So when France had the yellow vests, I think that's a good thing. And if it came to America, I still think it's a good thing. All right, so Where's Bosco told Andy Blue to take a fucking walk. Thank you very much. Pamela Carr, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I know Where's Bosco, and you happen to like it living in Mexico. And you said the people of Mexico in the area that you live in are very nice to you. I believe you. But I don't believe that all of them are bad, but the ones that are coming across the fucking border and costing us $1,000 a day, how the fuck can 50% of Americans not have $1,000 for an emergency? And how the fuck does the government justify spending $1,200 a day per person in those tents to keep them there, when most Americans don't have $1,000 to their name in their bank account? How the fuck is this fair to the people of America? It's not fair. How is it fair to the veterans who have been injured, maimed, killed, and parts of them are gone? How is that fair to those people that fought in a fight in another country to defend some country that we don't even know the name of or how to pronounce it? It's not fucking fair. Trump is a New World Order fucking puppet. That's all there is to it. Okay, so in 18 minutes at 2 o'clock, I'm going to end this live stream. So I'm going to wait for some comments about France or Trump being a New World Order guy. You should all understand, when you look at Trump's immediate inner circle, the surrounding him, all of those lawyers, all of his people that give him advice, they're all Israel firsters. Every one of them. Trump is an Israel firster. He says all kinds of wonderful stuff about Israel. Meanwhile, the police in Israel want to arrest Netanyahu for graft and fraud. I don't know what kind of fraud it was. He took money, but he wasn't supposed to take. big surprise there. Michael Henderson is here. No, Michael Henderson, I haven't seen that. Can you get a link for that and post it, please? Michael Henderson says, Michael, have I seen the pictures of the structure of the pyramid, all-seeing eye, on the roof of the Capitol building in Israel? No, I didn't even know that existed, Michael Henderson. I scour the papers for 6 or 7 hours a day and videos for information just so that I could do these live streams, but I didn't see that. So maybe I could talk about that tomorrow. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. All-seeing eye on the roof of the Capitol building, Israel. Okay, I'm going to take that part of the sentence. I'm going to copy that part of the sentence. I'm going to open up a new page. I'm going to go on the top. I'm going to post it into the Google search engine, which it is there, and I'm going to press enter, and let's see what we come up with. Did you mean all-seeing eye on the roof of the Capitol building in Israel? Yes, I did. Okay, here we go. Here is the page. Wow. Up, 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 up. Can't have all the videos. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to copy it. I'm going back to the live stream. I'm going back to the live stream. I'm going to post the name that Michael Henderson just gave me. It's pasted, but then I'm going back to get the link, not of the actual pictures, but I'm going to give you the link of the page, and this is the top article on that page. And then I'm going to go see it. It's a video, so I can't, that's why I was going blah, 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 blah. I can't have that in the background. So this is what you Google. You Google all-seeing eye on the roof of the Capitol building in Israel, and I've posted that. And then you click this link, which is 213 characters, so you can't click the link. Okay, so you have to go back. You can't click the link. It's 213 characters long. So what you got to do is copy what I just post right here, right now. I'll copy it again, and I'll post it 3 times. Once, paste, enter. Once, paste, enter. Once, paste, enter. You Google that, and you're going to come to the video that shows you the all-seeing eye in the Supreme Court, the Masonic Order designs symbology in Israel. Shocking Illuminati eye pyramid on the Israel Supreme Court, Jerusalem. I'll copy that. I can post this, but I can't post the link to the other thing, because the reason I can't post it is because it's longer than 200 characters. So there you go. There's some food for thought. Excuse me, I want to get some cold water. I'll be back in about 10 seconds. Maybe 15 seconds. I'm back. I am back. Okay, while you guys ponder going to those, Googling the things I just provided, while you ponder that, I'm gonna copy the chat so that I can have a copy of that saved for my document. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to post it in my document. It's taking a while to load because when you take a screenshot of these pictures of the super chats and stuff like that, there's a billion extra pieces of metadata, a trillion extra pieces of metadata, and it freezes up. It's up. I'm up around 689 pages of chat for these last few live streams. If I can post it, it should happen in about 10 or 15 seconds. If it allows me to do that. Excuse me. My voice is getting very rough. 10 minutes, 2 o'clock. I'm going to end the live stream. Anybody has anything to say to each other, like hello or goodbye, or if you want to join my Patreon account, you still have 10 minutes. It only takes 2 minutes. According to Jim Disbrow, he did it in under 2 minutes. Okay, I'm not able to, okay. Yeah, this document is just about full. Where's Bosco? Something about trolls. Troll is the last word I see on the page. Yeah, I'm not able to post this stuff. I'm going to just have to. Yeah, I'm not able to post anything else in my document. Damn. My throat is from talking. I've been talking now for just shy of 5 hours. Sometimes I make sense and sometimes I don't. But right now, I'm getting tired. My voice is tired. I'm tired. If anybody has anything important to say, fine. In 6 minutes, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to end it. And at 2 o'clock, at 3 o'clock my time, I'm ending the stream. So it's 3 o'clock in the morning in America. I'm ending the stream. Okay. Tell you what, ain't gonna happen. Oh, I got it. Didn't get it. Did I get it? No. Nope. It ain't gonna happen. I'll be lucky. There it is. No, it's not. Okay. All it did was allow me to push the button to paste, but it didn't paste. All right. That should take about 4 minutes. I'm gonna go get more cold water. That wasn't enough. Yeah, maybe I'll do a. I wanted to do a live stream about France is burning because of the elite. I guess I could do a live stream of the all-seeing eye tomorrow, being that I have a lot of knowledge about that. It's always possible. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I want to do something and I do it. Other times I wake up in the morning and I just don't do what I want to do. It could be a whole new topic by tomorrow morning. I'm getting very tired. 5 hours of non-stop talking, and I still don't stop. More water. Right, Church 112. Oh, I should actually do a video how the president of the Philippines said that the Catholic bishops should die and should be put to death. I have that article up on my screen. Maybe I'll do a video on the Catholic Church and how the president of the Philippines, which is a Catholic nation, feels about the Catholic Church. Let me see if I can find that article just for you, buddy. You want to talk about the Catholic Church and what an evil organization that is? We'll talk about that. I don't have a problem talking about that shit because the president of the president of the Philippines said he wants the Catholic Church, the bishops that are responsible for hiding the pedophilia in the Catholic Church. Mr. Duterte wants the bishops to die. Here we go. Philippines Duterte. Kill those useless bishops. Here you go. I'm going to give you that article, buddy. And then you could stick up for the Catholic Church and the pedophiles in black robes with no underwear on. I'm going to give you that article right now. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you because you deserve to have that article sent to you so you can see why I talk bad about the Catholic Church. But not just me. I live in a country that's 95% Catholic, and the president of the country wants the bishops to die. Okay, no. Okay, here we go. All right, so the name of the article is Philippines Duterte, Kill Those Useless Bishops. Now, this is not propaganda. This is the president of the Philippines making a public statement. And the public statement goes on, provocative president intensifies attack on Catholic Church, which opposes his deadly war on drugs. So in other words, the Catholic Church wants the Philippines to succumb to drug dealers and rapists and murderers because of drugs. And then you defend, and the bishops are against Duterte killing the drug dealers who are killing the children and putting little girls and boys on the street for prostitution. And you defend it, Riker 112, Riker 11. Hey, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. They're putting fucking children. You can come to the Philippines and find a family that'll sell you their fucking child, which is fucking sick, for a couple of fucking dollars. They're putting their girls, their daughters, and their fucking children out on the street for prostitution so they could pay for their drugs. Fuck you, Riker 112 or Riker 112, whatever the fuck. That name looks so authoritative. Fuck you. Here's the article. Read it for yourself. President Duterte says, kill those Catholic bishops. There's the fucking link from Al Jazeera. It's not a news-worthy argument for America. They're not going to put that shit in America. But that's what the president of the country that I live in now who I happen to like the country and the president says about the Catholic Church, because he's sick and tired of the Catholic Church saying, give me your fucking money, and for this we'll let you we'll talk bad about your law. Fuck the Catholic Church. There you go. I said it. President Duterte said it. Samuel said it. Anybody with half a fucking brain knows that the pedophilia and the rape and the molestation of children that's gone on for 1,000 years in the Catholic Church is real, and it needs to fucking stop. So fuck you, Reichert 112. Fuck you where you breathe. Okay, so now that I got my last fucking bit of adrenaline for the day, ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages, Mr. Trump and Mr. Obama are two New World Order puppets. And don't make any mistake about it, folks, it's the real truth. You heard it here first. And Joe Mack, oh my God, Joe Mack was in the sidelines saying, my God, Joe Mack, 5 hours. Thank you, Joe Mack. Thank you, Salamat. Thank you very much. Obama and Mr. Trump, 5 hours. Thank you. Daisy, say hello and say thank you to Mr. Joe Mack. Please come over here. Daisy was just, she's playing this game, Joe Mack, or anybody else that's interested. Daisy's playing a game on her phone. It's like an app, and it's basically Jeopardy on a cell phone.
Oh, Mac, thank you very much, and Merry Christmas. Ha ha ha.
It's ho ho ho. Honey.
Ay, ho ho ho.
Ho ho ho. Ho ho ho. Not ha ha ha.
It's for a girl. Ha ha ha
ha. Ha 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 ha. So Daisy's playing this game. It's like Jeopardy, but it's not called Jeopardy. And she writes down each answer, and she's been playing this game for 5 days. Whenever we don't watch television, we watch a movie at night. So Daisy, okay. Daisy, so last night we were playing Jeopardy, and she's going, that's the same question that's on her game. And I just found that really interesting, that a Filipina from a province with basically a high school education, she is, instead of saying, let's watch a movie, she never says, let's watch a movie. The words don't come out of her mouth. If I'm doing something on the computer, she lets me work. If I'm doing research for something, she lets me work. If she needs something to do, she finds something to sew, or she made a new curtain a few weeks ago. She fixed we had a rag up on there. Now we have a different rag, but a much nicer rag for a curtain. She does stuff like that. So, so we're playing this game, and I would always end up negative $10,000 in Jeopardy. I'm not smart like that. I mean, who knows the name of a lake in Ireland that attaches, I don't know, whatever, some oddball lake. So, but Daisy, she goes, that question was in her notes, and it was in her notes. She wrote down the answer. That's why she remembered. To several dozen of those questions that were like Jeopardy. Now, last night was the first time in history of me watching Jeopardy. It was the final tournament for the highest scorers and the best tournament. Once I got 3 in a row before they answered, and maybe 2 more during that game, which was 5 answers right. Of course, I got 20 wrong, that I yell out the wrong answer 20 times. That was the highest score I ever got, to know 5 of them before anybody else. So I thought that was rather good. So Joe, Where are we here? We got to go back. I'm waiting for something to post. Joe McTaggart, thank you. We appreciate that, and we really do. Thank you. Wrong way. I'm gonna Joe Mack. Excuse me. Joe McTaggart is an avid poster on Village People Philippines and my videos that have to do with the foreign in the Philippines. So I apologize, Joe Mack. I'm getting tired. My brain and my voice is getting tired. So wrong way. Let's go over that. Men with deep-rooted homosexual tendencies should not be admitted to the Catholic clergy, and it would be better for the priests who are actively gay to leave rather than lead a double life. I got you there. And I got to tell you, the first time I saw a man having sex with another man, I'm going to tell you a true story. I'm telling you a true story. I'm going to go into a little bit overtime here. Okay. First, let me get this. Here it is. Okay. It posted. Oh, that was on there. Okay. So I'm going to tell you a true story about the first gay man I ever saw. And this is a true story. I'm not lying to you about this. I wouldn't lie about something like this because I don't lie. Number one. So let me tell you, before I move away from here, wrong way. It has like a race car with some black dots, it looks like, without my glasses. That's still what it looks like. It says men with deep-rooted homosexual tendencies should not be admitted to the Catholic clergy. It would be better for priests who are actively gay to leave rather than to lead a double life. And then immediately under that, or you can see that comment, immediately above Joe Mack's $25 super chat. The first time I ever saw two men having sex, and it wasn't two men, it was multiple men walking around naked in the rectory of the priests at the Church of Our Lady of Grace, Howard Beach. And they were all having sex. But I didn't know what they were doing. I was only like 9 years old or 8 years old. And if you saw the rectory, it's the same rectory now as it was then. It's red brick, and some of the red bricks stick out of the wall, straight out of the wall. And when we were 8 or 9 years old, we could climb that like somebody that climbs a cliff because we only weighed 80 pounds, 75 pounds. So we climb up to the top, and it's like a balcony, but there's no door leading to it. It's just for ornament. And we're sitting up there, and it was late at night, and we're watching the guys bang each other in the butt. They were all the priests for the church. And we were like, what the hell is going on here? We didn't even know what sex was. This is a different era now. We're talking about 8, 9-year-old boys from 1963, 64. We didn't know what sex was. We didn't know what it looked like. We never saw our parents do it. Eddie knew, but Tommy and me and Matthew, we were like, what the fuck? So we found out what it was. So then there's another place where the nuns, they have their sleeping quarters. And that's a different building. You have to climb up a different building. But you can climb the building, but not easy like the red bricks. So you got to kind of get into the corner and grab on to the top of a metal fence that was at the top of the window. So you got to push somebody up to the metal fence, and then they got to get up to the metal fence, and then they climb the metal fence, and then they reach a ledge, and then you could pull yourself up, and that's what we did. Well, once one guy got up, the rope came down, and then we watched the nuns having oral sex with each other, and we watched the priests that weren't gay in with the nuns. I'm 8 years old. I'm 8 years old. That was my first experience with watching sex. Now, if anybody should have turned out gay, with all the times we went up there on the roof, it would be me. And that's like the furthest thing from my mind. But I can vouch for the fact that later on, Eddie and Tommy got molested by those same priests or priests from that parish. And they're still gay to this day. They Eddie got married, had a daughter. Marriage broke up, and now he's pretty much straight up and down gay. And Tommy had a girlfriend, and he's pretty much straight up and down gay. And the two of them have sex with each other up until I was 33. I talked to them. After that, I didn't talk to them. But they were having sex with each other on a daily basis. I didn't even know it. Had no idea that my two best friends were gay. And they're still gay with each other today. Well, they were when I left New York in it's 93. But in 93, they were still having sex with each other. Go figure. That's my first experience. And then, moving on to better things, Joe Mack donated graciously a $25 super chat for Daisy and I to have a nice dinner out on the town. And we will do that and mention your name in a super chat. Thank you again. And now I'm going to go down and review the comments. Samuel used the wrench, wielding the power of the wrench. Atomy, government cheese melts steel beams. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so that's just a little inside joke that. Okay, Joe Mack, anytime for Brother Mike Sam. Thank you, Joe Mack. Appreciate that. You know, there are people that appreciate some of the things I say, but not all of them. But I don't, let's put it like this. I don't do this to appease people. I'm not an appeasing type of person. I do this because this is the way I feel. And I do this because other people feel the same way and they have no way to vent. So at least here, they can go and they can give something a thumbs up, or they can say, wow, there's a lot of people that think the same way I do, even if they don't comment. There's a lot of people that think the same way I do about the Catholic Church. But now you got the president of a country calling for the bishops of the Catholic Church that have been covering up the pedophilia. And also, one of the main reasons why he's pissed off at the bishops is, okay, in the Philippines, there's a serious drug problem here. I don't have anything to do with it. I have never seen drugs ever one time in 5 years. I have never seen the actual drugs. I have seen pictures of people I know who got arrested with drugs, and the Philippines takes your picture and where they find the drugs in your house, and they sit you down next to the drugs, and they put the two things on a table, and they take a picture of you and the drugs, and then they bring you in for booking. But the Catholic Church, so Duterte is so fed up with the problem that they have with shabu, or crystal meth is what it's called in America. He's so fed up with drugs that he instituted a doctrine. Well, he allows the police to kill you if you're selling drugs. Not so much user, but seller. Second offense for sales pretty much is a death sentence in the Philippines. First offense, if you sell shabu to an undercover agent, you go to jail, and you don't get out of jail until your trial comes up, which would be 3 or 4 years from now. If everything works out good in your favor, 3 or 4 years from now, you'll have a trial. And at that point, you might get an additional 10 years for the drug sale. And the 4 years counts as time served. So maybe you'll do 15 years for selling shabu to an undercover agent. You would think that would stop it? No. It runs rampant here. I don't see it because I don't have anything to do with it. But I see it, but I don't have anything to do with it. I go into the city, and there are tricycle drivers that say, you're a foreigner. Do you need anything? I'm going like, I ask them just to fuck with them. What do you got? I got anything you want, I can get it for you. So that I don't ask them for anything further than that. I don't want to entrap them with, I don't want them entrapping me. But any tricycle driver, any hobble motorcycle driver can get you a girl, a boy, a woman, a man, a lady boy, a gay, a lesbian, a transvestite, or drugs. Any one of them. If they can't, they'll bring you over to another tricycle and introduce you to the other tricycle driver. This shit runs fucking rampant here. Unbelievable. Well, you know, where's Bosco makes a point. Marriage or girlfriends might be good for them. I'm not saying all priests are bad, but a huge amount of them seem to be bad. Well, but think about this. You're in a parish with only 7 or 8 other men, maybe, because, and you know, these fucking priests, by the way, they live like kings. They don't work. They just order food and they go out to fine restaurants and they take the money right out of the kitty. It's all cash. And they're allowed to do that. They don't fucking work for, they blah, blah, blah. Okay? But here, let's just say you have a parish with 6 priests in the parish and 24 nuns, because there's usually more women teachers than priests. What, you got 6 priests and 4 of them are gay, and they know they're having sex with each other, which goes against God laws, by the way. Now, I think it's in Leviticus, one man shall not pull on another man's skirt, or pull on your mother's skirt, or one man shall not pull on another man's loincloth. Now, I'm not much for the Bible, but I know what it says. I read it. I understand it. I remember a lot of it. But these priests, let's say 3 of them are gay with each other and the other 3. And meanwhile, those priests are allowed with little boys to go on field trips and shit like that, or little girls. It's a sickness. It shouldn't be allowed to be teaching children, shouldn't be allowed around children when you're gay and the possibility exists that you're a pedophile. Because one thing sometimes leads to the other. Sometimes pot leads to heroin, and most times it does not. So maybe being gay will never lead to being a pedophile, but maybe it will. The chances are greater. The more gay people that you get involved with, the chances are greater. Just like the more people you get involved with drugs, the chances are greater to escalating your drug habit. It's just the way it is. Nothing personal, but I believe that priests should be allowed to marry and have children, like in I think it's the Lutheran church, they allow that. Protestant, one of those churches, they allow that. Samuel says, chats do not badmouth the Philippines president. You will be blocked and reported. Do not badmouth any. Okay, did I go down or up? Do not badmouth any preference of any countries, presidents of any countries. Where's Bosco? Now, here's a man after my own heart. You know, I got to tell you, I always go from my personal experience. I was never molested, ever, not one time. But I know that my friends were, and they turned out to be such fucking shit people. Not because they were gay, but because they were fucked up in the head. They never knew right from wrong. And where's Bosco says, no redemption for pedophilia. You molest a child, I believe you should be put to death. I don't give a fuck how long it takes. 10 minutes, an hour, 2 days, 3 days. But all that court system shit, I think that, you know, karmically, you should be fucking put out of your misery if you molest a child. I don't give a fuck. All right. Okay, so I really gonna have to end this now. I said I was gonna end it before, but yeah, I'm getting really tired, folks. Boy, I'm having trouble with my computer. It's freezing up. Oh. Daisy just laid down. She put the covers over her head, so she's going to get some sleep also. Okay, I'll be back in a minute, and then I'm going to end it. I know everybody's having a nice time, but we're already over 20 minutes because of Joe Mack. Thank you again. Really, seriously, Joe Mack, thank you. I need more water. Jesse Allen, good night. Samuel, good night. Joe Mack, good night. Thank you again, Joe Mack. Where's Bosco and everybody else? Good night. Pamela Carr, good night. Pamela Carr, I know you made Samuel's night because everybody was going, where is Pamela? Where is Pamela? Thanks for stopping by, Pamela. Pamela is another most generous super chat donator. God bless. If whatever this Godhead thing is, which I think it's more of a field of energy than God, but I wish you all the best. And tomorrow we'll do a different live stream, same time, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Good night. I'm going to push that button. Okay. Mr. Obama and Mr. Trump, who is Obama 2.0, they're saying, good night, everybody. I'm Bing Permy from Michael Fazio and Daisy May in the Philippines, baby.